Hello,
Good.
everyone, and welcome to TEE TV. It's been a minute, hasn't it, everybody? Well, we're back, and with me today, as always, is Damian J. Towel Vendor, Nasty Bitch, as the tagline,
I forgot about
and,
that.
and then Stone Cold Killer, and then whatever his tagline says.
Rangoon Faceman, mainframe multimedia cult leader.
Fair enough. And then for today, I
And
am.
Jim Grindle.
God.
And for today's rendition of TE TV, I am Major Asshole. Don't worry, he's doing his best.
How doing, everybody?
Yeah. So for today, we are going to be discussing the third season of Slasher, which of course is the Solstice edition. And
Installment.
all right, fine. Installment is the Solstice installment, and we're also going to be discussing Spaceballs, which I am really looking forward to because I love that movie. Ah,
Made you see, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why. Because Mel Brooks was one of the few that continued to make you feel like Jewish people had a sense of humor. I still think they do.
Wait, who said they didn't?
yeah, exactly. Like, I mean,
Come on,
Said-
guys.
Mainstream news, I'd say, says they don't have a
well,
sense of
all right,
humor.
fine. Those idiots, they have like a very large stick up their ass. But I mean, Mel Brooks took that stick and decided to hit people with it.
Bludgeon, even.
yeah. Mm.
Merchandising, merchandising.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
That was
merchandising.
yeah, that was a good part of yeah, that I like that about Spaceballs because they were making fun of Star Wars'
Merchandise our anguish. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What was his
incredible
fucking?
like
What was?
tendency of merchandising Star
Yeah.
Wars.
What was his Yoda Wizard of Yogurt?
Yogurt, yeah,
Yeah.
yogurt.
Some kind of odd hybrid of the Wizard of Oz and Yoda.
Was that the Wizard of Oz?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because I haven't seen the Wizard of Oz in probably 25 years.
I
Probably
watched it a
longer than
couple
that.
weeks ago. I watched the Riff Tracks version a couple weeks ago. That was the first time I've seen it since I was probably 6, 7, somewhere there.
Yeah, it's been around that time, maybe longer for me since I've seen it.
It looks damn
I was
good
like
for
a
a movie from the
wee
30s.
little lad when I last saw it. I think the
It was
only thing Wizard of Oz related that I have seen in recent years is that Sam Raimi movie called Oz the Great and Powerful.
Was that any good? I remember that coming
No,
out.
no,
No,
it wasn't good.
that's probably why
Um,
I can't say I've ever heard anything about it. I guess
yeah,
that's why.
James Franco played the Wizard of Oz. The movie is his origin story, and James Franco was terrible in the movie, which is shocking because he's actually not a bad actor. But the worst part of the entire movie wasn't even him. It was Mila Kunis.
She
Mi-
Dorothy, I guess.
no, no, she wasn't Dorothy. She was the Wicked Witch of the East.
Hmm.
The green skinned witch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm just trying to picture that, and it seems odd casting. I mean,
Oh, it
both
was
do. But
terrible. It was terrible casting because when she was introduced in the movie, she was actually a decent character. Like she wasn't good, but she was portrayed as a kind character, and I say that with air quotes. Like she was like decent, she was kind, she was caring, and she was falling in love with the wizard. And then all of a sudden she saw him for who he really is. She took it as a betrayal, and then she ended up drinking this potion that turned her skin green, and she all of a sudden, like flipping of a light switch, turned evil. And she started like doing that iconic laugh that the Wicked Witch had always done, and it was a complete 180 in
Oh,
her
ho,
acting.
ho.
What?
No. Oh.
And
Not
her
that one?
acting,
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
her
sorry.
acting just dropped off after that. It was really bad. I mean, I don't know who to blame. I don't know if it was Mila Kunis's performance or if it was just bad directing. Or maybe it was a mix of
Yeah,
both.
I'm leaning more towards a performance. I'm having a real hard time picturing that.
Yeah, it was a miscast. Absolutely.
Like, it's not like he doesn't have range, but yeah, I can't picture it.
Yeah, and apparently there was another Wicked Witch in the movie that was played by Rachel Weisz as well. And it was Mila Kunis's character's sister, her older sister.
So she'd be the one that got crushed under the house, I guess.
I believe so, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, there were three witches in the movie. There was the Galinda, I think is the good one. And
Yeah, I think so.
she was I don't really remember much of her in the movie, but then there was the two other witches, which was Mila Kunis and Rachel Weisz. And then that's it. And they were both not good. Even though I've liked Mila Kunis as an actor before, and I
Yeah,
like Rachel Weisz as well. But that movie
that
was just terrible.
Rachel Weisz, she's from The Mummy, right?
Yes. Well, the
Yeah,
first two mummies.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Hmm.
let's
Damn it! I
see.
just realized I can't see comments if there is any.
There are. What Jim is asking, where are we starting when we start the actual content?
I guess go Spaceballs first.
My God, I pressed the. Listen, I'm standing here naked. I was about to go in the shower, and I pressed the camera on button instead of add me to the stream button. Good thing I. Yeah, my tick is hanging out. But anyway, so you guys are doing. Are you guys do? You guys are doing Spaceballs first. Dang it! I was gonna join you guys after my shower. I realized I decided I'm gonna stay home. But all right, I'll still be here anyway. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I almost pressed my fucking camera button instead of pulling me out of the stream. I swear to you, this is not a joke. I almost just cocked the fucking stream.
You hear that, folks? You missed out on some greasy, dirty Italian balls, cock and balls. Whether that's a negative or a positive, it's up to you.
I've known Jim for quite a few years, and I don't think I could have ever been that descriptive of his balls. Amazing.
I just took it as a given. Don't all Italians have greasy cock and balls?
Okay. And this is the guy that calls out racist remarks, folks.
Hey, I gotta get some in every now and then. It can't all be just directed at me.
Oh, you get yours in, pal. You get
All right,
yours in there.
let's jump into Spaceballs.
I was not joking at all.
Mike, hey, what are you doing, man? Not that we didn't believe you, okay? The hell you doing?
Fully
I hope that you're wearing a towel behind that camera.
Hey,
I was
don't
not. I absolutely was not.
come on. The worst thing you can do is to keep stoking that fire. Let it die.
Okay.
Please let me die.
That's right. I agree.
Charles Major should know that by now.
Yeah.
Don't ask any questions. Don't make any additional comments. You're just going to stoke the fire.
Yeah, I've known Jim long enough to know that I should not fan the flames. All right, but going into Spaceballs. Okay. So initially, Stone, I know that you're familiar with Spaceballs, and I've seen Spaceballs hundreds of times over the years. But Damian has never seen Spaceballs before.
No, not
Damian,
more than a bit on TV here and there, or maybe a clip on the internet. I don't know how it's taken me this long to get to it, but
yeah,
it
but
did.
what were your initial thoughts of the movie?
Initial thoughts, I was like, all right, I like where this is going. I wasn't sure how much I was going to like it. I don't know why. I was just kind of like, yeah, this could be terrible. There's potential. But as soon as that
John,
fucking opening shot of the ship, that slow pan of the ship just seemed to never end, I was like,
Yep.
okay, I
Yeah.
like where this is going.
Yep.
name a John Candy flop.
Well, there's a lot of I can't name a flop. Well,
Were
all
there a
right.
lot of John Candy movies? You want me to go down the line? Only the Lonely, fucking Uncle Buck.
There's one John Candy movie that I watched that I did not care for. It doesn't mean that it was a flop. It just means that it's a movie that I didn't like, and that's Canadian Bacon.
Don't think I've seen that. I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't like Canadian Bacon.
Wow.
I
You
just
just yeah.
wasn't. I just wasn't a fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the gist of Canadian Bacon?
Uh, I've only ever seen it once, but I think it has something to do with like they wanted to go on like a trip to Canada to see a Canadian hockey game, and they also while they were in Canada, they like drove a truck with a bunch of like obscenities on it, insulting Canadian people. They get pulled over by a Canadian Mountie who like tells them to like how do I put this? Correct the insults with both English and Canadian, French Canadian like translations, and yeah, it's
Like,
just
so that was the offense? Or wait, do you mean like, as in they need to add the translation or
they
make
they
it not
needed they
offensive
needed
in
to
both
add the
languages?
translation. The Mountie was being incredibly nice, and the Mountie was played by Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, that actually sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah,
Hmm. Maybe I did see this a long time ago.
yeah, but like I said, I don't really remember much of the movie. I just remember that I didn't like it, and I only ever saw it once. And I also remember that when they got to the Canadian hockey game, when they played the Canadian national anthem, the main characters, including John Candy, their characters, they were like bad mouthing the Canadian national anthem, and they said like, "Come on, get on with the game," yada yada yada, and that kind of thing. It was just not. I wasn't really a fan of the comedy.
Just kind of like, yeah, it's just mediocre.
Yeah, like I said, I know that it has its fans, but it wasn't for me. I didn't care for it.
Yeah, I can't, like, maybe I've seen that, but I can't think of a John Candy movie I haven't liked, really.
I would say
Two,
it's the
like,
only John Candy movie that I have seen that I don't care for. I even like Uncle Buck, and I've only ever seen that once.
I saw that it's been a long time, but I definitely saw that probably at least 3 or 4 times on TV.
But
It's
yeah,
one of
I
those
like
movies
Uncle
like it's
Buck.
on. I'm like, yeah, I'll watch it.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I like that one too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a great one. I've only ever seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles once, though. There's a lot of
Yeah,
John Candy
same.
movies I've only ever seen once. Um, I'm trying to think of another John Candy movie that I've seen. Crap, I can't think of another one. Canadian
Second
Bacon,
ever book.
Uncle Buck.
John Candy.
Here, I'll look up his IMDb page. Let's see,
Yeah, that's what I'm doing
John.
now. The Great Outdoors. I remember liking that movie.
Never saw The Great Outdoors though.
Cool Runnings.
I might have seen that. Oh, I did end up seeing The Blues Brothers. I did like that movie. Wagons East. Loved that movie.
Dragons East. The title's got familiar. Brewster's Millions, yeah.
Yeah, Wagons East was a great movie. I loved Wagons East.
And Stripes would. I feel like he had a smaller role in Stripes, but I haven't seen that one in a long time.
But I guess the point that I was making is that very few movies that I've seen with like even ones where he was doing more romantic comedies and more offshoot romantic comedies, like Only the Lonely. I didn't think that I would be into that movie, but you know, the Uncle Bucks, you know what I'm saying, the Great Outdoors with Dan Aykroyd, the movie with Chevy Chase where he was fucking playing the goddamn, where he was playing, where he was cross. See, the thing is, the thing that gets me sometimes. That this is the one argument that I will say.
That was National Lampoons, wasn't it?
No,
It
no.
wasn't?
God, what was the name of that? Okay, no,
I know what
no.
you're talking about. Sorry, cut you off there.
No, you good. Let me see here.
Yeah.
That movie was that okay. God damn it.
Canadian Bacon was his last movie.
It was?
Yeah, it was apparently it was made in what was it? 93. Wasn't released till 95 though.
Summer Rental, Hot to Trot. Oh my god. Armed and Dangerous. That was another one.
According to IMDb, his last movie was The Magic 7.
Okay, Wikipedia is a liar.
Delirious. Where is it? Where is it? God, what is that movie with fucking? What is that movie with fucking Chevy Chase? God damn it.
Has he been in anything? Chevy Chase. Has he been in anything since that whole like Community thing went down?
I think he has, but nothing, nothing, fuck, I can't talk right now. Nothing
Nothing
significant.
notable. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing significant.
God, I forgot Brewster's Millions, man. Please, this guy's hardly ever had a flop. And fun fact, just in case you guys didn't know, but I'm pretty sure you guys probably know, but you didn't. Do you know that he did a voice? That he had a voice in a voice role in Heavy Metal.
I did see that
No, I
on
didn't.
his IMDb page. Yeah.
Hmm?
Who was he in Heavy Metal?
Dar.
Yeah, shit. I had no idea.
Why is that not? Why is that movie with Chevy Chase and John Candy not showing up? Is where he cross dressed, and then I think he played, and then I think that he also played, or was that Dan Aykroyd playing those two weird twins working in the fucking like junkyard or whatever? Why are they not showing this movie?
Oh, I think I know the. I'm fairly sure I know the movie you're talking about. Is that where they like find themselves in like this like backwoods kind of town? Like the
It's
car
like
breaks down or something?
no, it's the worst speed trap ever. That's what. Yeah,
Is that what it is?
he's also a deputy. He's like the fucking. He's like it's like the worst speed trap there ever was. Dan Aykroyd plays the judge, and like John Candy, he's like, you know what I'm saying? He's like a fucking deputy or or cop or whatever that's like helping them. Nothing but trouble. That's what the fucking name of it was.
Yeah, I remember. I only watched that for the first time somewhere in the last like probably 5 years or so.
And Demi Moore at her finest
Weird
was
movie.
in that. Demi Moore at her finest was in that movie, by the way.
It wasn't a bad movie. It's just it was a weird one. Definitely a
Absolutely.
weird
Like
movie.
I said, but John Candy in my purview has as to me has rarely done a flop movie. Just a horribly bad movie. I just never felt that way.
Yeah,
It's
like I'm
like
not sure how he did it like box office wise, but as far as just the movie itself being like, yeah, this is just utter shit. I can't think of anything.
he was in JFK. Didn't realize that.
No, I'm guessing it must have been a much smaller role.
I guess they're also giving him a credit in Home Alone.
I can picture him in Home Alone. Is he
and
like a
rookie
neighbor or something?
and rookie of the year.
Hmm.
And in Cool Runnings. I didn't realize that. Am I not just remembering that movie from when I saw it so long ago? Because they're saying he was in Cool Runnings too.
You know what? I remember that now. Cool
Wasn't he on the
Runnings was
poster?
the sledding movie, right?
He was the coach.
Yeah,
Was he a coach?
in bobsledding.
Yeah, he was the coach in that movie.
Real? Oh my God! Yeah, it's been so long. God, it's really been out. I ain't he was the coach. Wow, God, it's been so long. But just saying, I just feel like the stuff to me, he always at very least gives a solid performance. You know what I'm saying? He's always gonna stand out. Even a small role as a radio DJ in Little Shop of Horrors, it's just like I still remember that.
Just yeah, one of those people you could call in. You know he's going to do a good job.
Like I said, I've rarely seen a movie that he was in, even in Only the Lonely. It was just like he finds ways to do different content, delirious and armed and dangerous. It's like he just does different content in a way that's just wildly. He's doing really content that was just wildly original. Camp Candy was one of the best animated shows. I still keep that close to my kid heart. Cap Candy's was one of my all time favorite cartoons to watch. Couldn't believe it. A guy who was like you could almost say before my time. I was a little kid when a lot of his movies came out and everything like that. And I'm just lucky that I could grab the nuances of a lot of his stuff and everything like that. But I mean, the great outdoors is hard. It's hard not to like the great outdoors once you come across it. You know.
Yeah,
What I'm saying, it's hard not to like fucking Summer Rental. What I'm saying, like it's just he knows how to be the he knows how to be the hardworking, well-meaning, downtrodden husband and dad in certain situations. He knew how to play that. Like eventually, that's what became John Candy. He knew how to play sort of like the everyman sort of guy with the Uncle Bucks and what I'm saying, and stuff like that. He knew how to play that guy, but then he could also still be funny as hell. Even small roles like in fucking National Lampoon's Vacation. I'm just want to see you on this, Mr. Grizzle. Fucking guy. What's this about, Mr. Grizzle? I'm trying to tell you, man. Fucking love that guy. And he never was Fatty Falls Down either. That was never really his thing. And the great outdoors, it was, what I'm saying, it was shit that could happen to anybody. It wasn't just about Fatty Falls Down. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That wasn't John Candy's shtick at all. So
Which was rare at that time.
well, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be that way if you're talented and actually funny. And you know what I'm saying? And I knew Chris Farley felt like he was, and it didn't have to be that way. I just wish somebody told him it didn't. And some of the best shit that he was in didn't require it. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Mike, do my kids love fucking Beverly Hills Ninja? Did they fucking love that movie? Yes, they fucking love that movie. But
I loved that movie when I was a kid. I haven't seen it in a long time, so it may not hold up, but I
it
loved it
doesn't
as a kid.
it doesn't mean if I don't see it, it doesn't mean if I don't see that every time I see a Chris Farley movie, that means what I'm saying, I'm not getting what I'm supposed to be getting from Chris Farley. That's how I feel. Oh, that's how I felt. Because of course, but that's how I felt anyway.
Well, to me, the best thing he ever did was the bus driver in Billy Madison. That character was fucking amazing.
You see, I do not like Billy Madison. That is one of my least favorite Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
I like Happy Gilmore. That's a great movie. I like Little Nicky. I like Mr. Deeds.
That's
I
a
like
shit. Little Nicky is a shit bomb. I cannot believe people. I cannot fucking believe people.
Yeah, that's probably my least favorite of
Little
I guess
Nicky is a shit
classic
bomb.
Sandler.
They wasted, you know what I'm saying? Tim Lister. They wasted fucking, Harvey Keitel. I believe that I believe he was in that. He was the devil, right?
He
yeah,
was,
he
yeah,
was.
he was, yeah.
Yeah, they wasted Harvey Keitel. They just wasted, man. They fucking that movie was I watched the fucking movie. I tried because Adam Sandler, once again, yet another Jewish guy, along with the Three Stooges and things like that. You know what I'm saying? That I felt like, goddamn, these guys have tremendous sense of humors. You know what I'm saying? Like I just felt like that Jewish people they do have tremendous sense of fucking humors. You know, fucking, but believe because wasn't Gilda Radner? Gilda Radner was also Jewish, by the way, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait,
Super,
who?
super funny Gilda Radner. You know what I'm saying? Radner, legend, gone before her time. Part of the Saturday Night Live cast. Very very funny. Very very lively. Very very, charismatic. Gone before her time though.
Hmm.
But absolutely hilarious from the little bit that I was able to come across as I got older, but definitely very talented. Missed out on probably a lot of great content from a female lead that could show that women that could have showed that was showing way back at that time at the beginnings of Saturday Night Live that women can definitely be funny. But
Yeah.
okay, go ahead.
I was just thinking, yeah, really is a shame.
But yeah, just like I said, but just another but Mel Brooks, like I've seen just about every Mel Brooks movie that he's had to offer. By the way, except for for that new shit they just came out with. I left it
Oh,
alone.
the History of the World Part 2, that one?
I left it. I left it alone. I'm
Yeah, I don't think I heard anything particularly good about that.
and I'm just I don't know. See, the thing I'm starting to feel like I told you guys this before, and I'm just starting to look out for it more because it's this weird foothold that I just feel like some people either they have people scouring social media to
Hmm.
find certain things and certain issues or topics of the vision that they can use, and then they sort of like display it and play it. I feel like in certain content, in certain very weird, sneaky ways so that you can see or you know what I'm saying, or be influenced by it. It's weird, and I just feel like I think I told you guys before. I don't know if you remember me saying that I felt like African American females as actors and whatnot, they have become the new tokens in movies and content. One of the more notable examples, in my opinion, was the Connors or Roseanne comeback. You know what I'm saying? However you want to look at it. I probably say more in the Roseanne phase was more where she was more prevalent, and I just felt like that is what they're doing. I forget her name, but the girl in You, that's another example. That's another example of.
Meredith? No, it wasn't Meredith. Something. It was an M name, I think.
But the African American woman that he became
Yeah.
interested in. It's another thing. Like like even by going with even by having to be with and produce a child with a narcissistic, drug abusing, violent, reporter, if that's the way that she was able to basically get a foothold in the white community, so be it. It's like, seriously, it's just, it's like, why do we have to go there to be inserted into there? And then once you stake your claim in there, you spend a lot of your time trying to act like every white person has to prove to you that they're not racist and secretly hate you. It was amazing.
It's like, what are we even doing here?
Lost, what I'm saying, the white girl, or the lost girl syndrome, or the white, or the blonde syndrome. Like, they had this whole conversation while you're basically installed and embedded in white community. You want to say, oh, look at the news. Just it's like you have this anger, but the very guy that will report on stuff like this is the guy that you have a baby with. It's weird. It's just the most weird and ironic thing that I feel like some people just. I feel like Hollywood just does things in a weird way, that I feel like Hollywood and just entertainment in general just does things in a weird way. Like, I'm not sure if you're, like, for example, I'll just give you an example, because it really doesn't matter the names of the people, but just in case, for those who know and those who might not know, of sister fame and Twitch's fame, also Tia Mowry, also normally known with her sister Tamara and everything like that. But she was married to this actor, Corey Hardrick. You would probably more know, before this debacle, you would probably know him best from Battlefield Los Angeles, where the U.S. military took on aliens in L.A.
I know of it. Haven't seen it though.
Battlefield Los Angeles. Yeah, I have seen that movie.
Well, okay, if you remember, Aaron Eckhart was was the lead officer that basically had people side eyeing him, because he basically made decisions where some soldiers lost their lives and some people were salty about it. One of one of those soldiers was an African American soldier, and his younger brother was also a part of this unit and being led by him against this battle with the aliens. So there was this whole dynamic of how's he feeling about Aaron Eckhart being back leading the soldiers again. But that soldier, that was the little brother of the guy who died under his command in the past. That was Corey Hardrick. So, what I'm saying? So if you ever happen to watch that and see that whole dynamic between the younger brother of that soldier who died, Aaron Eckhart, that's Corey Hardrick, and ex-husband of Tia Mowry of Sister fame and Twitch's fame and things of that nature. So they recently got a divorce, and it wasn't okay. And when I say he wasn't taking it well, he was sad. He was upset. He really didn't want the divorce. Not saying he was going into a depression or he was doing anything self-destructive, but he was just upset about the seemingly surprising breaking up of the relationship. And even talked about in interviews and feeling like he was alone, and feeling like he was alone, and he cried himself to sleep at night sometimes and everything like that. Really fucked up shit. But then along comes Tyler Perry, to offer him a role because he's such a magnanimous guy. You know what I'm saying? He's so great. Let me offer you a role and really show people that you're not just Tia Mowry's husband or ex-husband as it is now. You're an actor in your own right, and you're talented. And guess what role he gives him, guys?
I'm just thinking, like, I think I see where this is going, but I'm thinking like the guy's
You
like,
do.
oh,
You're
Tyler
gonna
Perry.
bash Tyler Perry. I see where it's going. You're trying to get me back in here, you jerks.
No, I'm not trying to get you back in here, and definitely not like that.
Oh, so you don't want me here? I get it.
Not like that. You're always my friend. I'll always want you, but not like that.
Yeah, the guy's like, okay, I get to be in a Tyler Perry movie. I can come in, have some fun, and he gets
Divorce in the Black, where he plays a Ike Turner style husband, afro and sideburns and all. You know what I'm saying? Just the worst.
Oh
This one. It's
no.
one of the worst husbands that you know what I'm saying that's ever been viewed on screen. You know, I mean, it's just,
I knew it.
it's just
What a
insane.
jerk.
It's just insane. I'm like, why would you do that to this man? Why would you do that to this man? And the thing is, as a black actor, he accepts the role because of how people are. He's not getting many offers. So he got this offer, and it's like you don't want to turn down Tyler Perry. He's being so magnanimous, but you take this role and you try to do the best. You're an actor. That's not you, and you hope people understand it's not you. But it's really weird to do that. Just like it's weird to
But
put.
that timing, like if you space it apart by a few years, maybe not. But just
And
coming
then
right off the heels of that.
and then there's Megan Good. And then there's Megan Good, who you put opposite of Corey Hardrick in this movie as the long suffering wife of this Ike Turner style husband. And of course, Megan Good has often been criticized for being with Jonathan Majors, seen as an abusive man. Tyler Perry is an evil genius, or just evil.
I'm leaning a little more towards the latter.
You know what I'm saying? Like what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about how Hollywood does does shit like that? They kind of do on the nose shit that sort of still reflects certain things, in my opinion.
Because
It's
we've talked about
weird.
stuff like this before, like where almost identical situations to what you just described have happened. It's
Look,
like,
I've said
what's
it
the goal
before,
here?
and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I don't like Tyler Perry. I don't like anything that he does. I don't like any of the movies that he's made. I don't like any of the characters that he's played.
No problem. And you're Jim Jones, and we've already drunk the Kool-Aid. What I'm talking about is because this is not just an isolated Tyler Perry thing. This is an entertainment and Hollywood thing where they sort of do content that's like really on the fucking, like I'll give you a bigger example.
I think
Like
Jim is shaking his head at me.
Yup.
oh god, okay. Yeah, because again, you don't learn, Major. You don't learn. See,
Never speak
I'm
ill
not
of
trying
Tyler
I'm
Perry
not
when
trying to
I'm in earshot.
I'm not trying to criticize Tyler Perry. I'm not here to criticize Tyler Perry's move. I'm criticizing the move, and what I really feel like is really weird. Like, and another example I was going to give that doesn't involve Tyler Perry, but it involves Kerry Washington. Kerry Washington was basically became very famous, and a lot of her fame, a lot kicked off for her was doing movies with Chris Rock and everything like that. The movies that she did with Chris Rock were really kind of got her on the map and got her going. But then the next thing you know,
It was the
like
sexiness
and what I
that got her going.
and I always okay, sure, but then I always feel like what happens then in Hollywood with black female actresses is that once they feel like they get to a certain level of fame, then it's like let's start doing movies opposite white guys because that shows that we've really made it when we're able to do that. And then you have
I
of
don't think
course
she's sexy, by the way.
yeah, of course that's great, you know.
No, I'm
And
saying
then
I don't. I got to take back my joke because, she's a little older looking for me.
and then you have Scandal, or then you just have a lot of other things where she's playing into that. You know, what I'm saying, playing into that, like, okay, now I've reached this level of fame. Now it's not about doing roles, doing movies or content with Chris Rock or anybody like that. Now I can do this other stuff. But then it's like, oh, you want to do Django Unchained? Okay, okay. Guess what you're gonna have to do? You're gonna have to be the uppity black slave who knows, what I'm saying, who knows German and everything like that, but who gets her face branded, who spends a lot of time in the hot box, what I'm saying, and mistreated because why? It just feels like penance paid, Penance paid in a period piece movie about slavery and everything like that. Penance paid. Like she had to go through the symbolic display of shaming in order to get into a movie that was predominantly black and be opposite of Jamie Foxx, be opposite of a black actor once again. I'm just saying it just speaks of that in my opinion. I don't know if I'm being too conspiracy theorist, but I just really felt like that was what was being done in that moment, especially when he finally gets there and he finally finds her and they're pulling her out the hot box and she's completely naked and they're pouring water on her and everything like that. It's just crazy to see. And to see that
It's the same thing as a black man's got to wear a dress for that next level. Halle Berry has got to ugly up. You know what I mean? Like, this one's got to play.
Nope. Halle Berry should have won if they really wanted to do all of that bullshit that they did. Like to give her. See, it's a difference. It's a difference, Jim. She could have won if they really wanted to act like all her crackhead roles or that role. That's what it was about. She could have won for losing Isaiah. She could have won the award for losing Isaiah a long ass time ago, but before we even got the Monsters Ball. But the thing about her and Monsters Ball was being a crackhead, a prisoner, and having fucking sex with a racist goddamn prison guard.
Yeah, she got
and
pounded
showing
real
them
good.
titties. Can I also
But-
quick before we go too far? I have to because ghouls and goblins, and there's a lot of weird, saucy scandal out there. When I said Kerry Washington is too old looking for me, I mean she really has that grandma look to her, that skinny, drawn out kind of old lady. Even when they're young, you know what I'm talking about? Even when they're young, they look old because they're like drawn out, sort of. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Just had to clarify. Don't want to be confused with the Shuley Network. That was for Richard Kish.
And he don't want people saying that, oh, you like him young.
I mean, I do, but not that young. You know,
Ooh.
like 26, I think, is my cutoff at this age.
That's fair. That's fair.
I like them old, too. Let's not be wrong. I don't like grandmas old yet. Soon I probably will. Give me another 10 years. But 26 to 66 if they look good. I'm with it.
Like them brown, yellow, Puerto Rican, or Haitian, even like the ones from the Medicare Nation.
That's right. Look, I'm like I'm like a Hanes T-shirt. I come in all colors. I couldn't think of things that come in all colors.
Good enough.
Popsicles.
Yeah, okay, I'm like a box of popsicle. No, you don't come on popsicles.
Oh man, what the fuck?
Just a Google search away. I'm sure there's some people out there.
But
I've
like I
known
said,
some ladies, and I'm not even joking, not even trying to be gross. I have known some ladies, and I've known a lady who has put a popsicle in a man's butt.
See, one way is fine. The other way,
Yeah, it's like, well, I'll eat the first popsicle, but not
yeah, yeah.
not the
so-
poop thickle. Popsicle, more like poop thickle. Am I right?
I think
Charles
Major
just
just
made
nearly grew up.
Look, you guys don't know. Jake Hudson almost died. Apparently, there was a thing where he was dead for like 2 days, 3 days, because on the internet, he's doing a show, and then he made the noise Charles just made out of nowhere. He's just talking. He stops, and he goes, and then it's silent, and he goes, and then gone for like 3 days. The whole
fuck?
internet was a buzz, and Charles just made that noise. That's
Maybe I
hilarious.
should
Clip
just
it, Luke.
disappear for 3 days.
So you said what?
I said I should disappear for 3 days.
Yeah, you definitely should. But with the way TEE TV comes out, nobody will notice.
I was gonna say we just disappeared for 3 weeks. You can't do that.
no, what he means
And that's
is
true.
by the time 3 days goes by, we won't even be to Saturday yet.
That's true. Yeah.
If we get the next Saturday, we're like, "Hey guys, I was gone for 3 days." Like, were you?
It'll be known to us if he doesn't message anywhere in a while. But again, I don't want to be heavy with this You know what I'm saying? With this stuff,
We
I
are
just
getting
know,
very heavy right now.
but I just know what I noticed, and I just felt like it was just really weird. It was just really fucking weird. To I just feel like let him be the guy who's like the good guy that she meets, that you know what I'm saying, that she ends up being with, instead of the abusive husband. Don't make the guy who was crying himself to sleep at night, you know, over his divorce, you know, become the abusive husband. Like it's just a weird optic. It's just a weird optic, and they haven't making good in that role. Again, very talented actress, but you're putting that mental picture back in of, oh yeah, she's with Jonathan Majors. Oh yeah, he was the one that was. It's that same bullshit again.
And which specific movie was this? Because that part I missed when I was
Divorce in the Black.
Not even heard of that one.
It just came out. It's on, I believe, Amazon, and it's just shitty. Just he ruins careers, man. He fucking single-handedly ruined Derek Luke's career. He was on a fucking rise, and he ruined Derek Luke's career.
He made that fucking Medea lady a star. He just pulled that old bitch off the street and like made her a sensation. I mean, the guy's a star maker. Let's be honest.
What are you talking about? He's an ass. He's an ass. You know he stole that from a cross dressing like radio.
You're talking about Mrs. Brown's house over in the UK in Ireland?
No.
I think that's what it was called.
Some cross dressing African American dude in the southern area that was doing the whole thing, and a lot of the terminology and things kind of sounded were kind of similar to what she was doing. He would always come to you know what I'm saying, to his shows and everything like that, and would always praise, you know what I'm saying, his comedy and everything like that, and then would start seeing some of his material in his plays and things like that, and he would get paid a little bit for it, and would tell him that he would put him in the movie, he'll put him in one of his movies when he started making movies, and that really didn't happen, or he had him come on as like a guy and not like as the character he's most known for.
I've never heard this story.
Yeah. You look deep enough and go on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you'll definitely, it's definitely there.
Well, you know what's definitely here? Jake Hudson's Dying Noises. Luke just sent them. Here's what I was talking about a moment ago. This is what sent the internet a buzz.
Okay.
Like, the dude's just talking, and this noise comes, right?
My God.
Then there's like a silence, and you hear another like a clunk noise, which I found out was just the co-host taking a sip of his drink. And then you hear Jake make this noise. So these two noises sent the entire internet up. Dude, I just got out of the fucking shower, and I'm already fucking bowled up on my finger. God damn it, man. Stop smoking weed.
Filth. Just filth. Stop sucking it.
Just cleaning it. Oh boy, that bit was.
I gotta be honest, that's a pretty good drop.
I was saying to Rock, because he kept playing it and stuff, and I was like, dude, this, I hate to say it, and I'm not hoping he's dead, but this is only funny if he really was home invader murdered. You know what I'm saying? Like, these sound bites are only, because how fucking, I'm not wrong, they're less funny now, okay? Now that we know he's not dead, these things are less funny.
Sure.
Is that rude? Is that rude to say?
I'm not even sure what that was.
See, to me, that's a sound you play when someone like they're really trying for a joke and it falls flat. You just play that. Yeah, good one, dickhead.
The sound heard round the 12 people in the Dalverse.
So what was the deal with that? Do we have any details, or is it just
Um,
the noise he was
His
making?
computer broke. So that's the sound he makes when he's online and his computer breaks. Actually, it sounds right. So you imagine this: Jake Hudson, who, by the way, Charles, if you've never met him, just imagine the hillbillies from the movie Wrong Turn. Nice boy. The Killers from the movie Wrong Turn. I don't want to be offensive and say hillbillies. The Killers from Wrong Turn. That is Jake Hudson. He literally looks just like one of those characters. And then imagine that guy, the killer from Wrong Turn. He's on his computer, and suddenly it just blue screens. That sounds right.
Yep, sure does. But I don't think Charles did ever meet him. I think he was only ever on the morning shows.
It's a big shame, Charles. You would have just loved him. It's just me and you now, Damian. So
No. I'm here. I'm just staring off into space, thinking to myself, would I really want to meet this guy?
he'll sing you nice songs.
Would he now?
Yeah, like this one.
You know, I can't leave without playing this. So
Jackie Chan's a huge pop star.
So,
that guy can sing. He's a
see,
man.
have a good weekend, everybody.
See you later. What is the music like? Is it like lovey-dovey type?
Well, yeah, okay. If you can mix those two, then yes.
Okay, there you go.
Well, that was definitely something.
It
Sure was. Hey, since is as close as we're going to ever get to a full team meeting, any ideas for a new group project? Well, let me stop that sentence there. I think I've been trying to gather the group for like a year now. So, are there any ideas for a new group project? Yeah, we've discussed like 900 fucking ideas. Are we ever going to get together to do a group project again? Well, I'll keep asking for another year and we'll fucking find out, Richard Kish.
Yeah, you and me did a thing a little while ago.
Yeah, we got together privately and touched each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, look, it was lovely to get together with you. Luke and I meet 5 times a week to discuss plans that we never do. So I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like meeting 5 times a week to discuss plans that we never do is probably exactly the same as meeting once a year to discuss plans that we'll never do.
Hey, I still got hope.
Ever.
Thing. I don't want to say what it is. I want to spoil it, but I got hope for that.
Talking about what we read?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like I probably
It's just
should
actually getting it done is the there's one aspect that's pretty easy. It's the second aspect, the main production aspect. That's the hardest part.
Yeah, but I probably shouldn't have read it because it's like I busted my nut. And now I'm not interested in doing it. It's just that my balls are not full of get it done juice ever since we read it.
It's almost like you got it out. It's like, yeah, I've seen it somewhat actualized. I'm done with this now.
Yeah. I mean, look, that was one hell of a performance. Yeah, if only you guys knew, Damian and I, we did a whole performance, just the two of us, the whole entire film. And it was fucking awesome. It was just fucking awesome. I'll even toot my own horn. You know what I mean? We were both pretty much killing it. When I say pretty much, more on my end. Damian, like every line, just delivered exactly as it was in my brain without direction. So, yeah, I got to hear it. I got to see it. It was done. You know, we say we're making art for other people, but it's really a lie, I think. I think we're just making it for ourselves, artists. I don't know.
Just this small circle jerk.
I think I'm pretty sure I just make things for myself because, like, I have just such a massive body of work that is not, nobody probably will ever see it. But I've enjoyed it all.
Yeah, it gets like that.
Yeah, I just once I finish it, I lose interest in it. You know what I mean? Like, I write it and I'm done. I don't know. I'm on to the next idea.
What did I just do? Yeah, it was fun.
I don't know. Freaked me out. Made me look at my own shit. Richard Kish says we do make the art for ourselves, and I don't know if you guys read the comments, but you couldn't put them up when I was in the shower. When you guys were talking about what's his dick, John Candy, Harry Crumb, Great Outdoors, and Nothing But Trouble were the 3 movies I was going to name as his best movies in this ding dong. It was going to be in that order too. I was going to name them. Harry Crumb is fucking awesome, but Delirious I think is one Luke may have missed out on. Delirious was one of my favorite John Candy movies.
Not sure if I've seen Nothing But Trouble. What's that about?
Oh, it's with Dan Aykroyd.
No, yeah.
Chevy Chase.
Yeah. It was a movie I didn't think I'd seen, but then Stone started talking about it. I was like, oh, wait, no.
Tupac.
Yeah, that was
but what about Delirious? You ever see that?
Fairly sure I've seen it.
Where he plays the soap opera writer, and then he ends up like knocked in the head, and he wakes up in his own soap opera, like he lives inside of his own soap opera.
Maybe not, actually.
Very funny movie. I enjoyed it a good deal. Richard Kish, they're all there. They're all waiting. And guys, we got to move. Richard has like 3.5 years left. And then, like, he will return to the earth. So we need to make this right for Richard Kish.
Mean.
He will. That's beautiful. William Shatner wants to be a tree.
So William Shatner doesn't want to go up into space.
No, he wants to be buried. He wants to be grown into a tree so that future generations can bask in his shade.
Huh.
Yeah, he just did a whole brand new album with Ben Folds, and there's a song, "I Want to Be a Tree," on it, and yeah.
That's right. I remember that.
No, Richard, no. He says, "Return to me."
Did you break your mic? Echo.
Okay, so it is coming from up there, and I'm not. Okay, you can still hear me right now, right?
Yeah, it just sounds like.
Yeah, no, if I tap this stupid fucking mic wrong, where's my Yeti? Spaghetti.
If I tap the stupid mic wrong, it fucking goes to my camera microphone. Who even uses camera microphones these days?
Not even me. I use cheap, shitty headphones.
Hey, you upgraded from those white ones, I see.
I did. These cost $10 extra.
Where'd Stone go? I need to make a coffee. I've only had one coffee today.
God, are you okay?
I think. When the opening song, and this is about Delirious, Luke of the Bind, when the opening song is a snappy Prince ditty, I'm in. That's what made me love that Dave Chappelle special so much. When he opened it with birds or something, I don't remember. Sticks and I don't remember what it was called. Sticks and birds. Stone birds. I don't know. It was. He started out singing. What the fuck song? He did like a fucking reading of that one. I can't. Why is it slipping my head? Party like it's 1999 or something. I don't remember. Chappelle. Prince song.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think which one of the
Sticks and Stones.
What Sticks and Stones like that?
It was Sticks and Stones. I was dreaming when I wrote this. Forgive me if it goes astray. That song. If I could.
When I woke up this morning, could have sworn it was Judgment Day.
I still can't remember what song it is. My brain now, when he first started, the song started playing in my head, but now I'm just hearing him.
Sky was all purple, there were people running everywhere. And this is the bar of the whole song. Prince say, trying to run from my destruction, you know I didn't even care.
That song, that fucking, he knew how to start that goddamn show. That set the whole stage for that show. I don't even think it would have been as powerful. It would have been. But that just made it tenfold more powerful of a performance.
So glad he came back.
Yeah,
I would say the last special was probably the weakest out of all the newer ones, but still not bad by any means.
Which special was that?
Whatever that last special was, I think it came out mid to late last year, somewhere there.
I don't remember what it was called, but Richard Kish, thankfully, is still kicking and did not pick up an opioid habit because he was born the same year as Prince.
Thank God.
Just mix all that information and figure out a joke, all right? For yourselves, folks. It's a do your own joke day.
Who needs opioids? You can just smoke some weed and listen to prog.
Prog. Shouldn't put this hat on fresh out of the shower. I just fucked my hair up for the whole goddamn day. You getting raped by a cat again, Charles?
Yeah, my cat is attacking my arm.
What's your cat's name again? Sniggles?
No, it's Fennel.
I knew that. I was only kidding.
Yeah, he's currently sitting on my desk in between my keyboard and my mouse.
Richard Grieco last night went into the fetal position when I was going to sleep. Like he just curled up in my arm and like the nape of my neck into the fetal position, and then just grabbed my arm and was using my hand as a pillow and really had a grip on me, but was in just a super tight fetal position. Every time I would move a little bit, he would just tighten up more like a ball bug. And then at one point my arm was fucking asleep and I couldn't go to sleep because he's as comfortable as he was, he's purring so loud, but it was just a weird position and my hand falls asleep and I go to try to pull it out and this guy just puts his head up his own asshole. He goes ultra fetal position and just literally is now just a tiny fucking circle. It was adorable. He didn't want me to go, but I had to go. I needed that. I needed to get the blood flowing again. Thank God I can make my coffee now. I was getting really irritable in here. I was about to curse at Charles and everything. I didn't want to do that, but
Okay, Stone. We're talking about cats.
Awesome.
Meow.
Okay, so nice segue from
when I wrote this.
Okay, yeah, I think a nice segue from that would be Spaceballs.
Yes, that would be a nice segue.
May the Schwartz be with you.
So, and then of course, John Candy playing the fucking. Oh my God, playing the Chewy offshoot, a dog man hybrid, like no one has ever seen before or again. I don't think.
I'm a mom.
I mean, he's
half man, half dog. I'm my own best friend.
it's a dog if it was in Cats.
Okay, which Cats? Is it the original or is it that horrifying remake?
No, the original. I mean, either
Because
way.
one Charles likes a whole lot, the other he thinks is an abomination of a product that he loves.
But both are gay.
I didn't like the original. I hated the remake.
Yeah,
It's still theater.
I watched the riff track of the new one, and that was bad enough. They did their best with it, but I still watched the movie. My
Okay,
God.
the only thing
the visual.
I have to say about the remake is I just have to bury my face into my palm and I just go, "Fuck furries."
Oh, no?
It's just
Oh,
like,
okay.
God damn it! It's just like, look, I mean, oh my God, it's just like,
Where's the buttholes?
no, that is not what I'm asking. I don't want to know.
Well, they should have
Where
been
do
they
they
should
poop
be.
from?
Exactly.
Fennel, what's happening here?
He
guess it
doesn't
makes
want to
sense.
know.
Fennel, let me cover your eyes. These cats are abominations. They have no buttholes.
Oh my God.
That's my Charles Whedon impression.
Like
So
Idris
apparently
Elba was
your
good in
impression
the
of
movie,
me is
but
that I have an
he did his
English
best with
accent.
what he had.
I didn't hear anything. That was, you were just captured by the spirit. You were watching Cats with your cat, and you were like, "No, Fennel, don't look at that. That's wrong."
So apparently I have a British accent now.
I guess. I don't write this stuff.
Sure. Let's go with that.
I just say it out loud.
All right. So
Oh, Fennel, you're tickling me again. Stop that.
he doesn't do that. He just straight up attacks.
I'm sorry.
Again, we stoke, and we could just be continuing with the Spaceballs. But we
I'm going to go
stoke.
make my coffee. Let's get those balls in space again.
Oh my God, Charles, you would think you were well versed on this now.
Maybe I enjoy.
Still needs on the job training. I see. Still needs some on the job
No.
training.
Maybe it's that I enjoy encouraging him.
Yes, I guess you do. Much like you did this guy over here, making him the weird quote man, the weird soundbite man.
Yeah.
Sure, Charles. Say nice things when I'm not in the room, you jerk.
Huh? Say what?
Charles over here saying nice things while I'm not in the room, the jerk.
Nice things. We all like you. We all say nice things about you. Of course we do. Of course we say nice things. We don't tell people how we wouldn't want to see you how we wouldn't want to see you naked. That's not our thing. We try to encourage it, but just in a discretionary way, it would seem, that doesn't hurt my delicate sensibilities and such. You know how that goes. We gotta strike balance.
Send stone nudes on Telegram, not on the show.
It's about striking balance. You know, that's all it is. But then this guy over here, he wants to see it. He wants to see it. Major asshole wants to see
Show me that butthole. That's my other Charles impression.
Show me what you got that them cats ain't got, all right?
Here's my impression. Oh, Uzi, you're my best friend.
Well, that's a callback, folks, to Charles's childhood best friend, a puddle of black goo.
Oh, Blackie, I missed. Have you got any more tales from
Oh,
the
Blackie,
well?
don't worry. At least you will always have a butthole. I love you, Blackie.
I love dropping stones in you.
What the hell is...
Oops,
Why?
I dropped a stone in your butthole.
Oh, that was a big one, wasn't it?
Why
Whoopsie.
are we being over the top Tiny Tim right now?
I don't
Sucker
know.
down here started it.
Like Blackie would always tell me, if it feels good, go with it.
Why haven't you said the why haven't you said the catchphrase just yet? Like, you've been doing this for like a couple minutes, you guys, and we haven't heard the catchphrase even once just yet.
God damn it, you beat me to the punch. God damn it, not his catchphrase? What's his catchphrase?
Come on, man, Tiny Tim.
Oh, Tiny Tim. Oh, God.
I thought you meant Blackie. I was like,
God bless us. Because I wasn't doing Tiny Tim. I was doing Charles.
Come on, you may not think so. See, it's just like the conversation with with Anton and fucking No Country for Old Men. You may not think so, but you were doing it.
God damn it, everyone.
You may not think so, but you were doing it the whole damn time. You were doing
Charlie,
Pennington
Charles.
you were doing Pennington your whole life. You
Now
married
listen,
into it.
leave my wiener out of this, buddy.
You married into it.
You weren't supposed to tell anybody about my dirty little secret.
No, not according to you, pal. You were always the man that was working with a monster.
I'm Barf, the Mog with a hog.
Oh my god.
All right. So,
Ooh, my coffee's ready.
so look, the thing is, like with some people, I kind of wonder, like chicken egg. It's like sort of the chicken egg question.
Mm-hmm.
Did like Daphne Zuniga, was she always like pioneering super bitch, or did kind of Rose kind of sort of morph her into that? Because I don't think she always was like that, but I think somehow like certain roles like Spaceballs kind of morphed her into certain roles that she would play. She would just be like this either super bitter or super or just super nasty bitch or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there was another movie I watched that she was in that she was not like that. She was not like the super bitchy kind of character. And that was the movie The Fly 2. Have you guys
Never saw
seen
that.
that movie? You never
No,
seen it?
love the original, of course.
that was Stoltzy, right? That was Stoltzy in that one, right?
I don't remember. I've only ever seen The Fly 2 once, but I
I think that was
remember her. I remember her being in that movie, and she was the love interest of that movie. And
yeah. I think it was Stoltzy in that one as the title character.
yeah, maybe, but I don't know who that is. But
Eric Stoltz.
oh, Eric Stoltz. Okay, I
The
didn't know
original
that
Marty
movie
McFly.
called him. But yeah, she wasn't like the bitchy character in that movie. She was like nice. Like she was a nice character. Like she was pleasant. She was concerned for the main character, just like she was just a typical love interest.
Oh, and by the way, I'm sorry. Eric Stoltz, do you really think he could have delivered that line? You built a time machine in a DeLorean? You think he could have?
You built a time machine in a DeLorean. This is crazy, Pip Pip.
Oh my god.
Has anyone ever actually seen the footage of him as Marty McFly? I know it's out there, but I've never seen any.
Yes, I have.
I've seen parts of it, yeah.
What was it like? Is it like, yeah, I'm glad they recast? Or was it like, oh,
Less
this could've been
charming.
good? Yeah.
He didn't have Parkinson's, bro. I mean, am I wrong, Charles? You were about to say something, but
That has nothing to do with that.
Yes, it does. Yes,
It
it does.
does not.
Yes, it does. Michael J. Fox is known that all of those quirks that made him so likable were actually things he was doing to hide his Parkinson's. The things that you thought he was like, oh, I'm cool, I'm just bobbing my head and my hand's in my pocket. No, he was doing like I'm tapping my foot. All of these little things he would do were to cover up his Parkinson's, and that was what became known as the Michael J. Fox charm. 100%, it was because of the Parkinson's.
Really? You had it that far back?
Yes, sir. I promise you. Read it. I'll pull it up. This is.
I thought it was something that came up like in Spin City. Like that's when it sort of kicked in.
That's when it got unbearable. He had. Okay. I will pull it up. You guys go on. Charles, you were going to say something. Stone looks very offended.
It's amazing. It's amazing now I think about it once again how many shows that Charlie Sheen started that he couldn't finish.
Because he's a fucking genius. No, he finished that show.
He started Spin City.
Wait,
he took
over Tiger Blood.
Yeah, he took over
He
when
took over for Michael J.
Fox
Fox.
left. Yeah,
Are we sure about this, Damian? Because I thought so, and now I'm not sure.
I'm almost 100% certain.
Because it seemed like from what the show was based on, it would have fit him more than the Michael J. Fox though.
I'm pretty much 100% it was Michael J. Fox until he, couldn't do it anymore, or wasn't up to doing it anymore.
And I thought this when the show stopped because Charlie.
I went on for like at least a couple more seasons, I think.
But Charlie, Okay, who's okay? You know what? Okay, yeah,
I don't know.
we got
Well, let me
Now
let me jump in. Let me jump in here to say, apparently, I 100% heard this for fact on the news when they first started talking about his Parkinson's, that he had always had it, and that's why he always did shit. I swore I even heard him do it in an interview. Maybe I'll read more and it'll say so, but this is saying in 1991 on the set of Doc Hollywood. Oh, that's when he was diagnosed. Okay, so then never mind. Just get
You're right.
twitching finger and a sore shoulder.
And you're right. He was the original, not Charlie Sheen on that one. Damn.
Good job, Damian.
I was questioning myself. I'm like, I feel like I know this, but do I know this? It happens all the time.
Because it just seemed like it's content, like, because like with fucking, of course, like because of course there was him with fucking 2.5 Men, but wasn't it like that with Anger Management too?
He did the whole show, didn't he?
Yeah, no, he got a 100 episode deal
Right off the
before
bat.
even airing. It was like the first deal of its kind.
Really?
Yeah, it was a straight, because they knew that it's a smart deal, and I don't know why nobody's done it since. If you make 100 episodes, you can then sell it into syndication, and so just let a fucking show run, and that's why they did. They ran out those 100 episodes in like 2 years, and then it went straight to syndication, and now you don't see it anywhere because I guess nobody watched it on syndication. It was a really good show.
That's weird.
I enjoyed it. What I watched. I don't know if I watched the whole of that original 100 run, but definitely a decent amount.
But maybe you guys can help me out. Why did I want to make Charlie Sheen the original and then got switched off again? Was it the 2.5 Men effect that made me want to think that?
Probably, yeah. You can't blame him for 2.5 Men. He was on coke. He was full of AIDS. He was fucking everything that walked. I mean, not even coke. He was like smoking fucking 5-gram rocks of crack at a time. So like, dude was.
He was.
He did his.
He was living his best life.
Fucking stop messaging me. If you really look at 2.5 Men and consider all he was going through at the time, or not going through, but putting himself through, dude fucking pulled off a masterpiece performance and deserves fucking to be hailed as one of television's greatest actors.
It's like Kelsey Grammer level, where like apparently he was like so drunk, and like when he was a massive alcoholic, like he would, be like just speaking unintelligibly than action, and he's Frasier. Like,
really, I never heard that about him.
And I've heard that a few times over the years, that he was just like, basically just a stumbling, drunk, like really bad.
Well,
You wouldn't even know.
Well, if anybody knows about Girlfriends or anybody black has seen Girlfriends,
yeah, he's trying to reboot it.
Well, yeah, he was. It seemed like he was drunk when he produced that. So,
that's one of his proudest fucking shows. So I don't know, man.
I don't know why.
What was this?
Good point, Luke.
I really don't know why.
Kind of odd that Fox was playing a doctor when he learned of his disorder. But what were we just talking about? I had a comment on that.
We were just talking about
like the thing you just said. What you just said, Stone.
That's basically talking about God damn it.
Look, I'm only rolling the first joint. I only smoked a bowl so far, and my brain is still rot. Sad.
It's just so many conversations that we're having. I just fucking hell. Girlfriends. I just felt like that shit was just not. That was not that. I don't think. I mean, the one black guy. They made him a fucking like nightmare of a black man. Republican, a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? The stereotypical version of a mama's boy. And this character is what wins an NAACP Image Award. That's what let me know how much of a joke the NAACP really was. Huh?
For the time, that's a pretty unstereotypical way to portray a black man. I mean,
no, not in the way of night. You wrote all the nightmares of like what people think about like, what is the worst kind of black guy? You know what I'm saying? Like a guy who tries his absolute best to acclimate and to acclimate into the white corporate world, and is only like the only main token. Like they put a couple of tokens on him. One, that he supposedly had a big dick, and then two, that he ended up dating largely and marrying a black woman.
That big dick thing is just so rude. It's one of the worst things that humanity's ever done to black people. I, for one, as a non-black person, for everybody in the world who's said such horrible things, I would like to apologize for all those big dick comments. That's just so wrong.
That's so weird.
I guess the worst part about it is you have to live up to it, right? Otherwise, what's
I
the
have
negative?
known many black men who have said exactly that. They're like, you think I fucking like this? Do you know what it's like when I gotta go to bed and I have just a normal-sized dick?
I mean, hold on now. Hold on.
Because if you do, it's like, yeah, damn right I do. But if you don't,
do you
it's
realize?
like, yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely. Yep. That's what I got.
One of my friends said, do you realize even if you have a 7.5-inch dick as a black man, which is like just borderline above normal, you still are looked at like you have a tiny one?
Oh, who said that?
One of my black friends. I can't tell his name because that would be embarrassing to him. You know him.
No problem. No. I'm just saying, like, so a black
You know
guy
him.
said that. So a black guy says that the consensus opinion of most black females is that 7.5 inches on a black guy is deficient.
No, he was making a joke, I guess, that like even if you've got 7.5 inches, you're still considered small when a woman sees your cock and you're black.
So yeah, okay, so he really okay, all right, that's all right. I didn't know there was a certain.
Well, 8 inches is supposed to be like the bare minimum for a black man.
Really? Wow. I didn't know there were certain there was a minimum size requirement. I didn't realize that. As a black, I didn't realize there was a minimum to it.
Yeah, you might want to get your card checked,
no
you know.
I had no idea there was a minimum to it. That's hilarious to hear. There's a minimum. You can't be below this amount to be considered a true hung black man. That's wild.
If your dick is shorter than this, you can't be black. Like what?
Say again?
If you're short, your dick is shorter than this, you can't be black. It's like what?
No, you're not a normal black man. I say you're not a normal black man. If your dick, you're not a normal one.
Yeah,
that's what it is. You're not
must
normal.
be some kind of freak.
That's what I said. That's how it's being put. You're not normal. That's not normal for black guys. Like,
No,
what?
put it this way: 7.5 for a black man equates to like 4.5 for a white man.
I see you've got your conversion chart open.
Seriously.
Yeah, and that's 1.2 on the Indians.
Is it? But come on, man. Is it like that? How many white guys do porn? And are you telling me all those guys got small dicks?
Did I say all white guys? Is that what you said?
No. What I'm saying is, how many? I've seen a lot of white guys do porn, and all the white guys that I've seen do porn, they don't all have small dicks.
No, I think the dick thing is all a myth because listen, I've had plenty friends of all races, and like this sounds weird, but not being homosexual, when you're not gay, you see a lot of cock. I mean, when you're gay as well, just like women see a lot of boobs. Sometimes in life, you just see a lot of cock.
I didn't do a lot of communal showering except when I was in the most cock. You know what I'm saying? The most cock exposure I think I've ever seen was when I was in basic training, and for the Army National Guard when I was like 16, 17 years old, and like that was like the most cock exposure I've ever seen.
Cock exposure coming soon to a theater near you. I'm sorry, Luke threw me off with the East Asian comments. Listen,
and I'm part East Asian, by the way. I'm part East Asian, so careful.
The black men's penises that I have seen have not lived up to the hype at all. Ooh. The ones I've seen in person, they have not been like they've just been like normal penises, not even that dark in color.
You're just looking at it, you're jerking it, you're like, this is bullshit.
What the fuck, man?
You're seeing black guys' dicks who haven't like seen the light of day. They don't even match. They need a fucking tan. You know, like what the fuck?
Yep. Black men that needed tans. Yes, indeed. Now, mind you,
Nobody's
them
fucking.
erect,
Those
but
guys aren't fucking on the beach apparently.
I didn't see them erect, but I think soft is plenty enough to make a judgment off of.
It doesn't change color because it gets hard, by the way. So whatever color it is what color it is. But I mean, and also, yeah, you know, I don't. Some people, again, there's now the grower and shower debate. There's always that debate. You know, who's the, you know what I'm saying? Are you a grower or are you a shower? Meaning, when you get hard, is the display much better than what you're seeing, you know what I'm saying, currently? Or some guys who even on soft present, you know what I'm saying, present the potential of an even bigger monster once they get hard. That's the debate.
My dick is confused on that because it could be a grower, it could be a shower, it could be, and it's like, it's not even like it's like fluffed or whatever. It could be a natural state just hanging heavy, or just, it could be up in my nose, you know, like and it doesn't matter. I don't even know. Like my penis is constantly changing. It's so weird. I can't tell if I'm a grower or a shower. I really don't know.
His dick is David Bowie. Changes.
Oh, I thought you were going to say my dick had a British accent like David Bowie going, chip, chip, I'm Chip's dick.
No, your dick is David Bowie, man. Changes. Time remains the same.
Hold on, let's see what I got going now. Yeah, like it's just normal now. I don't know. It changes. I think yeah. I think if you
you gotta add that in if you're gonna say it now. Come on. You gotta it keeps going through changes. You gotta say it.
It changes.
Come on, man. Peaceful journey to David Bowie, by the way. Fucking legend.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And speaking of, you know, peaceful journey to legends and John Candy and so on and so forth, and you know, let's just say what made Mel Brooks? Is Mel Brooks like? Is it what made him want to? Like,
why are you saying peaceful journey and then Mel Brooks? He's not dead. How dare you?
No, I'm talking about John Candy and getting back into Spaceballs. And then I want to ask a question. Sidebar: Did Mel Brooks parody Star Wars because it was like the big movie at the time, or was it just what do you think kind of sparked him wanting to parody Star Wars?
Money.
Okay, that's it. All right, cool.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think of the timing. I think it was 87, so I think Return of the Jedi would have just come out not too long ago. I think that was 86. 85, maybe. But I guess you got a trilogy to work with? I don't know.
Well, you mean a trilogy for Spaceballs?
No, a trilogy of Star Wars to work with. Although it didn't really. It was pretty much just the first one. Mostly.
Because I was going to say, there'd be no way they were looking to do a trilogy with Spaceballs, because if there was any plans to sequelize or whatever franchise, they would right away. That thing. What? Now?
No, there is currently, I think.
Yeah, I'm talking about then. Back in the day.
Yeah.
They would have, because we would have already had 10 Spaceballs movies had they wanted to.
Yeah.
Because it was the massive hit. It was the hit.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was definitely that. I definitely credit that as one of the movies where, like, if you wanted to see something that was lighter, a lighter, funnier version of what you may have seen before, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's sort of like that. That was one of the first ones I looked at. It sort of like, yeah, that was one of the first movies that really kind of did that. But also, special fun fact note to Cheech and Chong, they didn't exactly spoof a movie per se, but they kind of, with the Corsican brothers, they kind of spoofed that whole
I love that
romance, swashbuckling, what I'm saying, damsel in distress, maiden fair, sword culture type of thing. They kind of spoofed that whole thing and made it completely fucking fun.
Well, it was also like they're coming from stoner comedy to like doing something classy. You know what I mean? Like I think that was the spin of it too. Like we're going to go to this period and it's going to add a level of class that's going to subvert people's expectations.
And then they showed themselves as babies. That shit was
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious. I fucking loved that movie as a kid. I really did. I think I saw that before I even saw Up in Smoke and the rest. I'm pretty positive.
I think that was the same thing for me too. Honestly, I think that was like the same thing for me too. Nadine. No, okay, let me stop. All right, let's get back into Spaceballs. God, I fucking love that damn movie as a kid. Fucking love that damn movie.
May the Schwartz be with you. Spaceballs speaks to a time. Look, I'm sorry to go right into the racist stuff, but there's a lot of racist jokes in that movie.
Of course.
Fucking dude, and it's Mel Brooks. But
he makes fun of himself though. See, that's the one thing you gotta love about him and Rickles is that they have a sense of humor about themselves and everybody else. So is everybody else will never.
And that's what we're missing now. Like we don't have. You and I have talked about that a million times with Rickles and the old roasts, and it's a goddamn shame because we all were cracking up, every child, every adult, every color over the Schwartz side. That was like the fucking most layered kind of fucking joke because that's a racial term for dark, like from dark side, and then the Schwartz. I don't even know if we're allowed to say that on YouTube currently. Actually, that word.
It's such a dated term. I think you're probably fine. Probably.
We say worse, but the point is that like, it's just sad. It's just sad that we're in a time where even things like that can be called into question. Like I keep saying, they took the F word out of Scott Thompson's mouth, from Kids in the Hall. They censor and that guy was a fucking hero with his use of that word for both the gay and the straight community. And now they censor it, and now they won't let him. He's got to do a Buddy Cole live show now called King instead of Queen, to do all the stuff about gender politics and relations that they wouldn't let him do on TV. So it just it's just more proof, I think. They say the past proves how terrible we are. I just think it just proves how much better we fucking had it, how much better it was for humanity.
Will there be, is there already, I don't really think there is. I don't think that it is like, do you feel like that gays and lesbians have ownership of the F word the way the way that we have sort of with the N word?
Yeah, no.
Because I would say no also if they're censoring a gay man from sort of speaking on it in his terms and on his experience and everything like that. I think that like because for me, because it was for a black comedian to be able to speak on certain things and be able to use the N word. That's like in a way they kind of have the ownership of that. We kind of have the ownership and be able to say that and not be bleeped out on it unless it's sort of like, I guess, network television or some shit like that. But to act like something that was on HBO in the first place, by the way, that was on HBO in the first place. So if it's on HBO, if it's being shown on Max, they shouldn't bleep out the word, especially when he's a gay man saying it.
Well, now they bleep it. It was obviously it was shown there, but now they bleep it on Amazon, on Peacock, wherever it's streaming. Like you can't. They fucking have neutered it, and it's. I think it's the greatest fucking offense that the left has done to themselves, to all of us, because how different was gay to straight relations before Kids in the Hall? Before those guys started running around in dresses and Scott Thompson started running around screaming F word, and we all fell in love.
How many skits did those Canadian guys do where they were in dresses? And I mean, what was it required? Was it a thing? It was. I think in some ways. Now, even though it was based on chauvinism, I think in certain ways they're doing the skits where they would play opposite of each other as females at certain points. I think it kind of goes back to the old school, theater days where only guys were doing the entertaining and acting, so they had to kind of do the cross-dress roles. And I mean, maybe that was a cover.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, like I said, maybe it was
definitely goes back to that Shakespearean.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe it was a cover, maybe it's not. Maybe they were really just doing freaky shit, and I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, I just feel like, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't required. Maybe they could have brought, some females in at certain points. They did have females in a certain respect.
Well, that was Bruce McCullough's. He's like, I need to kiss hot chicks. Pip pip. I'm Bruce McCullough. This is not a British voice. It's a small man's voice.
No, it is not. God, man.
It's almost every voice, you fucking hack.
It's my only voice. Don't take it. I have that voice, and I got this voice. Hey, I'm Bruce McCullough. I'm a really small man, and this is my really small man voice. That's it. I got those two voices.
He's got to go where he goes. You know what I'm saying? The way he talks, he's more mousy. These are the days I know. These are the days I know.
Pip.
It's just, you kind of got to go more in this delineate. You got to go more in that in that space with him. Just that little mousy, like, it's all good. It's cool. It's or he does his whole now what might work with you a little bit with your other voice is when he does the Cabbage Head, when he used to do the Cabbage Head skit, when he
this voice for the Cabbage Head.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought this voice would be a little better for Cabbage Head.
No, because he was a jack. Because he was a jerk. He always looked like a Las Vegas entertainer who just got finished with a set. He never had his shirt buttoned up. He always had his tie undone, and he would just kind of come around like he was already a couple drinks in with a cigar, and hey, you don't like me because of my head, do ya? You know what I'm saying?
Though, but Bruce McCullough is another one who I think Kids in the Hall overall. That's why because I don't have the technical ability to do a million accents, that I just feel comfortable doing one blanket accent, because that's what Kids in the Hall always did too. Like, they weren't good at accents. I mean, even when Dave Foley was being French, he was just French. And then what did Mark McKinney? What did Mark McKinney do with his characters? He just talk really high, like I went British. He talk really high like this.
I mean, because you don't. I don't know. Why would you want to make female? See, that's the whole thing. If you try to make female sound different, if you try to make female sound different and everything, like, see, that's the whole. And getting back, and I'm saying, getting back to Spaceballs, I guess, is where the whole thing is. I get it. It was funny, like Comb in the Desert. One of the biggest ones that I looked at was
We Ain't Found Shit.
and then the Afro pick, I'm saying, as what they were using to comb the desert with, it just, and that dude, I've seen him in plenty other shit where he does not sound like that at all, and that's what they love to do. Like, you'd be surprised how the most ghetto sounding people in content, like, when you actually see them and doing in interviews, they sound absolutely nothing like what the fucking, what the fucking roles would suggest, and you could say that's good acting, but sometimes it just feels like, again, there's typecasting. I think there's a true fine line between typecasting and stereotyping, in my opinion, when it comes to content and movies and things like that. It's a fine line to that. I feel like everybody for the most part gets typecast. some more blatant and disrespectful than others, where it kind of rides into, and then some are just absolutely straight stereotyping in roles, just straight that.
For sure.
So, and it's just
Ooh,
like,
sorry, I
it's-
was off mic. I don't know that
but-
typecasting is the right thing, but the word, but I agree what you're saying with that fine line.
Yeah, that, I mean, see, I understand. Like, some people would argue that that's more like stereotype, but it's humor. Just like when it came to yogurt, like, yogurt is Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks is Jewish, and then it's like, yeah, we merchandise everything.
Money, 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 money. Playing
You know what I'm
on the
saying?
thing. Why?
Like, yeah.
Why, Stone? Because it proved back then, when you did that, you were then comfortable. Because as human beings, well, for whatever reason, oh no, when we first see things that are different but close to the same as us, we go like this. Curiosity. And then some people deal with curiosity differently. Fear, or excitement, over curiosity, which kills the cat, right? That's just our human nature. We see somebody that's like us but different. Doesn't matter color, different state, any difference. You know what I'm saying? And then the first thing you do, we make jokes, and then that's how we immediately know. It's like the universal code. It's math. It's fucking, you make a joke, and ha ha ha, we laugh. That's okay. We're that we're the same. We laugh.
Absolutely. I mean, and it's just like, for him to have a sense of humor and be like, hey, okay, man, yeah, we kind of merchandise, and what I'm saying?
Oh, you don't hate me because the rest of the world makes all of these jokes about Jews having money. Oh, okay, thank God. Because I didn't feel that way, but it was so awkward when I got here because everything you see on the media says Jews money, Jews money. You know what I'm saying? So thanks for making that joke, and now I know we're on the same page. Isn't that how it works?
I would think, I mean, it's just more about, okay, look, ha 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 ha. You know what I'm saying? We work really hard. Like, some people want to cut at me, but it's like, if we're not, again, amongst people that have respect for each other, you're not saying things like, I don't make, like honestly, I'll make my jokes, but I have a great respect for Australia and Australian people. And I would never try
those
to make
Aussie
their whole
cunts.
But
I agree. Wait.
And I would never try to make my whole life about yeah, all you guys are fucking like Wolf Creek, you know what I'm saying, or or Crocodile Dundee, or fucking Crocodile Hunter, because that's what the fuck it's got to be, you know what I'm saying, and like that. That's
It's like
the thing.
72. It's not as bad as people think.
I'm just saying.
Sorry,
like,
I'm just trying to break stereotypes right here on TEE TV with my Newport cigarette.
Okay. Oh, that's what he was doing. Okay, I get it. All right, it's just
Race relations.
I'm like, but like I said, I mean, it's so weird. I would just say this again. I said it before, and I'll say it again, because I was watching fucking Tommy Boy. No, I was watching Black Sheep a couple days ago, and that guy pops up again. The guy who's in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. The guy who's in the fucking remake of Dawn of the Dead. Like, this guy is the guy. I can't typecast this guy. This guy is truly like the everyman in fucking like movie content or in content, because the guy who plays the paparazzi type photographer that always seems to catch Chris at his at his worst moments and shit like that in the movie.
Is Black Sheep the New Zealand horror movie about killer sheep? Am I thinking of the right movie?
Oh yeah, that's the one, and that is definitely the one he means.
I thought Black Sheep was that movie with David Spade and Chris Farley.
Okay, now I'm thinking of. I feel like it is called
not
Black
that
Sheep.
one. It's the Finnish killer sheep film that Damian
Yeah, Finnish. Yeah, Finnish. That's what I said. Sounds a lot like New Zealand.
Exactly what you said. Don't fucking make shit up.
No, it's the Chris Farley one where he's the brother of the possible governor, and he keeps fucking up. There's the guy who's like paparazzi type who's always catching you know what I'm saying, him at his worst moments and shit like that. And then that's when he catches them in the situation with the community, you know what I'm saying, with the community center fire, with the rec center fire or whatever. And he got, of course, pictures that show the you know what I'm saying, the cops starting it or whatever, or it makes it look like he started it. And, you know, it was like, it's like you could never pin this guy down. He's like, he's always something different. And every time you see him in something, you know, he's always something different. That's like the guy that I feel like, in my opinion, the one guy I feel like he's like impossible to typecast. I can't seem to typecast this guy. I can't say like what type of character he seems to always fit into because he's always something different. And Harold Kumar, he was a random gunshot victim that somehow happened to be conscious the whole fucking time. Like, just like, how do you typecast that type of situation? It just, but I mean, again, I'm just saying, like, but certain people, like I said, you just, when you always see them in certain things, like, you know, when you see a certain character, like, you know, this, like, either, you know, oh, this person is about to fuck a lot of shit up, or this person about to do something really stupid right now. Like, because you've seen them in so many roles before, when you know when they come in, you get that feeling or that energy. It's called a character actor, and I guess that's
it's true. But even character actors can get typecast.
Because see that
it's just that getting typecast as a character actor. That's literally the curse of the character actor is getting.
But you're always playing the same. See, being a character actor is like. I think this is a nice way of saying that you're always going to play a certain person. Like you're there to play a certain type of person that we always, you know what I'm saying, if we need that type of person, yeah, you're that person we'll put in there to be that. And it's just like,
but that's the
thing. It can be good or bad.
The character actor can play all these different characters, right? But this is where it comes from. So, but then he plays a specific type of character, right? And that becomes a hit in some sort. And now every single audition he goes to, they just want him to play that type of character. And then he becomes typecast.
Yeah, now every movie you're the other detective that's a washed up dickhead. Whatever.
Meanwhile, you're like, well, what about my googly-eyed George character, you know?
Pretty good. Guy's pretty good.
I could do more than one character.
Like even
as long as you're not speaking, you can do anything.
Here's something a little more complex, real quick, and I want to see what you guys think.
Okay.
Here's something a little more complex, that's sort of like this, but a little different. Like, for example, Steve Urkel, gift or curse?
He owns a weed dispensary. He has his own weed. He owns weed. Like he's made a business out of it. And after the success of his weed business, at this late age, was able to take the character back and do an animated Christmas special that's supposed to be like a new ongoing thing with him. He's going to be doing lots of animated Urkel films. So,
you think
on that hand, absolute blessing. I mean, was there much room for Jaleel White in show business? Otherwise, was there much room for him?
I felt like what they tried to do. I felt like somebody felt like it. You know what I'm saying? It was a look in a certain way on the horizon, and that's why I think kind of inspired the Stefan character eventually on Family Matters to kind of show people,
of course,
that he could be something other than Steve Urkel. So I think it's like there could have been. He's talented in my opinion. He hosted shows. He hosted a show that I liked. That whole Blackout, you know, what I'm saying, game show. I kind of like that. I think he's a very charismatic guy. You know, what I'm saying, intelligent and whatnot, talented. But I just, you know, I think that fucking Steve Urkel kind of branded him a little bit.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, I forgot to mute myself that whole time. Apologies. Absolutely agree. I just think in his case, it's a good thing. I think in all cases, it's a good thing. Is once you're typecast, you've got work forever. But
is it? I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I think with certain people, like I said, certain typecasting, it can work. It doesn't,
Sorry to
like
interrupt you, but exactly it could work. Because look, it's all on the artist. So you know what? It is a blessing, no matter what. Because even this, I hate to say it, third time ever in my life, this Hawk Tua chick, she's building herself a little empire of fucking a 50-second. No, I don't even want to discuss it no more. Look,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Like you can parlay, you can play the Trailer Park Boys. Let's look at them. These are characters. They're now typecast as Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles. Bubbles, he wanted to be a rock musician. He was in a band, a famous band in Canada. You know, many music videos on MTV and shit, and even some songs you might have known in America. He had some one-hit wonder. Not Bubbles. He has to put on those eyeglasses, fuck his eyeballs up, and play that character for the rest of his life. But the three of them, they open comedy clubs. They already had pizza chains, but like they open all types of businesses with the money they make from these characters, and they have the internet where they use their talent to do other things to whatever level of success that may be. So it's all on the artist. You've got your bread and butter, you got your milk, what do you call it? Your cash cow character.
Yeah.
Shut up, play it, take that money, and then do great things on your side time. And people will see the difference. It's not, why is Bubbles playing a fucking tech mogul in this movie? Like, why is he murdering these people in this movie? Why does he have a sixth head? Because it's a movie and they're actors.
and I get it. I mean, in some of the more creative roles, I definitely feel you on that. But I think some of the stuff, it just like I just like I said, I guess I just think there's certain people that I definitely do have in mind that I felt like it may have hurt them. Like, some people may or may not know Paula Jai Parker, because of Friday. That definitely put her on the map with that.
Who is she in that?
She was Craig's actual girlfriend before he, before he moved on to Nia Long's character.
Well, that's more stereotype than typecast, because that's Hollywood only offering a stereotypical role, because she wasn't per se playing a character there, I would say. I don't remember his girlfriend. Wasn't his girlfriend just a normal chick who was just bitchy?
No, she was.
You had characters like the crackhead woman, the fucking neighbor lady. Those were characters.
It was, yeah. But that girl's a character too. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain every time. It's like every time they have like what was the pioneering of, saying booty shaking music, twerk music, club music. Every time she's around, she has her corn, she has her braids and whatnot going all the way down there long. You know what I'm saying? She's always, sucking her teeth and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? It's all.
Don't you suck your teeth at me? That's a Trailer Park Boys line. It's been running in my head for like a week, and it's just funny. I finally I've been waiting for a reason to say, "Don't you suck your teeth at me." Thank you.
All right.
I've also been meaning to change my headline, like the entire show, the last hour and 53 minutes. At least what of it I've been here.
I think you said it before we even started.
Yeah, I'm still being blown by AC Slater. Okay. I'm sorry, Stone. Please
go on. There you go. So she's definitely a character. Like I said, they had a whole thing set up around her. Yeah, she's super controlling and loud, but she's a cheater. You know what I'm saying? Because what people never notice is that the first time that she's talking to him, and you know what I'm saying, and she's calling him about who he went out with the other night and everything like that. What people never seem to realize is that she's got a guy in the bed right beside her while she's, while she's trying to confront him on who he went out with the other night. It's just insane. But it's like this whole character, and I think from there, it's like almost every time you see Paula Jai Parker, she's playing she will play a very ghetto, very loud, very abrasive type female, you know what I'm saying, like all the time. And that's where it started to go into, you know, stereotyping. Because for me, her best role was when she was on the Wayans Brothers for a little while. That was like the best role that I ever seen. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I take it back. Maybe she was a character actor, because how the hell can you be on that show and not be playing a character? There's no room for real humans on that show.
On the Wayans Brothers?
Yeah.
You say that about me.
They were playing characters. That show was borderline slapstick. It's probably great in retrospect. I know it was great. Most people loved it. It was too... I never liked big shows when I was younger. I avoided them all. And
I mean, yeah. Look. No lie. I'm gonna bring it straight.
It's the one that starts, "We're brothers." That's all I remember of the song.
That was their whole, you know, satire of what black sitcoms used to be, you know, and everything like that, and how they were going to be different. But then when you seen their shows, sometimes it was like, come on, bro. It's like you keep acting like you're ushering in a new sitcom, a new era of black sitcom, but then we get the pimp mobile. You know, your version of like rideshare or your own private taxi type situation with a nasty afro on top of the car. Like, where exactly are we ushering in a new era of sitcom exactly? I just
is this progress? I don't know.
Maybe I would rather prefer you guys just be the brothers who happy and they're singing and they're colored, you know, giving high fives. Maybe that should be what you guys should be doing. Sometimes I did feel that way. Sometimes I looked at certain shows and I don't understand it, but
he's not a Wayans brother, Mumbles. He is technically, but not.
I would say the Wayans are equally obsessed with Eddie Murphy and his song "Party All the Time." By the way, that's something I want to get out there. They seem like greatly obsessed with "Party All the Time" by Eddie Murphy.
Really? I mean, how could you not be? It's a classic.
Yeah, but they really seem to like it. I mean, they really seem to like it. But anyway, I'm just, like I said, I'm just saying, like I said, that show, honestly, it was a little cringe. I'm not even gonna fucking front. Sometimes that show could be a little cringe, but you know,
The few
overall, it
clips
was funny.
clips. I'm talking like whatever. The few scenes I tuned in back in the day. I was busy when that show was out, number one, but it did. I saw a lot of cringe shit on there. I loved the theme. I got it. I understood the satire, obviously, or whatever. And there was scenes I saw that were good, but a lot more cringe than not. And I only randomly tuned in. But that's what I meant by, in retrospect, I bet I would probably find it more enjoyable.
Married with Children was sometimes cringe. Honestly.
When?
Come on, man. Are you serious? The level of dysfunction.
I'm trying
was
to think. I was agree with you, because
the level of dysfunction was troubling, bro. The level of dysfunction in that family.
Over the top.
Huh?
That was the over the top slapstick. That's the extreme parody nature of Children.
I agree with that.
I'm trying to think of a moment of cringe on that show. I was going to agree with you with any other show. I was literally about to go, yeah, probably, but I can't think of a second of cringe. I feel like that show delivered exactly what it intended to do at all times, and I can't think of that. Nothing
cringy. Wow. How about you, Damian? Nothing cringy. Nothing a little cringe on fucking Married with Children too.
Sorry, Damian, before you go, the animated series that just leaked, the trailer for that was cringe as fuck. But I'm sorry, go on, Damian.
Yeah, I'm hopeful, but yeah, I don't know. But I binged first 4 seasons of Married with Children recently. I could probably say there was a little I don't know if I'd call it cringe though. More just maybe.
Psycho Dad was a little
eh,
cringe.
Define cringe.
I
Oh,
don't know. I
Psycho
feel
Dad
like
was not cringe. It's
Oh,
corny.
come on.
Corny.
and yeah, but is he a psycho or is he typically right more often than not?
You don't kill your wife because you know. It's like the same thing when they reversed it. It was the same thing. Psycho Mom. You don't kill your man because he missed it because he missed the toilet. You don't kill him
Like,
because of that.
who's killing people?
I wish I had to do something, but I wish I heard what you said because I could really defend whatever it is you just said.
I'm just saying you don't kill.
Something.
Like even with Psycho Mom, you don't kill your husband because he missed the bowl when he took a piss. You don't kill him for that.
See,
But
you're
Psycho
saying
Mom-
cringe. How progressive is that, Psycho Mom? Come on, progressive.
Progressive. Trust me, there have been women wanting to kill men for a long time. How's that progressive?
Damian?
Like, I think it's very progressive.
I think if we want to
I'm
include
still just trying to think
major
of cringe
asshole,
marks. I'm not coming up with anything as far as what I would define. Yeah, no.
I think you just picked the one show on Earth that nailed every second of its existence. I really do. I think you picked the worst.
But see,
example
cringe for me is not negative or heavy. I don't look at certain things as I don't use a word that's sort of like lighthearted like that on really heavy shit that's like offensive. Like when I say cringe,
Oh, no. Like cringe for me is something that just makes me go, ugh.
like her sometimes Kelly's wholeness was a little cringe. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes her wholeness was a little cringe.
Cheesy, corny, cringe never.
Come on, not even a little. Her wholeness, not even a little cringe.
I guess if now I'm to watch
Buzz level of pervitas, not a little cringe.
Look, cringe for different reasons, not the artistic ones, but looking back and knowing actually how young she was when that show started, I'm pretty sure they were showing her titties like right out the gate, nipples poking through, like focusing, showcasing what was essentially a very young girl's anatomy.
I more or less like I will say that like when I initially watched the random episodes I watched growing up and in my teenage years, I was just like, yeah, like you almost tuned in for Kelly Bundy, but watching it now when I looked up how old she was, I'm like, yeah.
That's what every adult would talk about. Every adult back in when that show first came out was talking about Kelly Bundy's. I feel uncomfortable now even saying perky little titties when you realize Kelly Bundy was absolutely. Let me make sure.
I was
pretty
young.
sure
I think she was like right on the ball. I think she was 16 when the show started, something like that.
And I was younger than that when I was watching the show, so I don't feel bad at all.
I'm on the wrong mic again, right?
Yep.
Yeah, mother.
That's what I'm saying. Like when I used to like watch random episodes, I was just like, yeah. And now I'm just like,
the guys who were clearly older than us and clearly adults that were watching that and getting their rocks off, those are the guys that should be re-examining. I don't,
15 years old. 15.
Okay. Like when it first started.
Yeah, there's other guys out there that need to re-examine. Like me, I don't feel any kind of way about it.
Yeah, Dad. Because I'm pretty sure I remember my stepmother being like, cut it out, and like slapping his dick with a newspaper when we were watching that show back in the day.
Wow. Because,
Was he a grower or a shower?
Yeah, me.
It must have been a grower because we've seen him in the shower when we were younger, a public shower, at the pool, the Riverside Vets in Patterson, New Jersey.
that's how I look at it. When I look at other content in certain situations, if I level in age, or if I'm younger, I don't feel any way about reminiscing on that, because
No,
you
not at
know,
all.
yeah.
Kish, you
So
should
When
be
I look
addressing-
back, sorry, Damian, but before we go too far, when I look back contextually and realize the Riverside Vets I just mentioned was a private Italian swimming pool in the middle of the Paterson, New Jersey ghetto, I realize how weird that seems. And now I realize why everyone looked at us really rudely when we would show up with all of our stuff to go swimming. It had like a whole gate around it and a 20-foot fence with barbed wire and shit, and then inside it was an oasis in the middle of the ghetto. Whoops. So anyway, you were saying, Damian?
that started in '87. That's so crazy. That started in '87.
Her titties got so much negative. You fat piece of shit, Luke of the
That
Bind.
just how dare
You are
sir.
a disgusting. Charles Whedon, please tell Luke of the Bind how much of a piece of shit he is for that.
Yeah, if we really
You
want to involve
agree?
major
not
asshole, we
kidding.
really
Yeah,
got to
you're
get back to
so-
Spaceballs. If we really want to involve major asshole in these conversations.
Yeah, I'm not getting involved.
I think we're gonna have to save Slasher for next week. At this rate,
Jesus Christ.
We're
Look,
only
I mean,
we're only
I'm
a
not,
couple
I'm
hours
not
in,
even
but we
sure
started
what
off
show
late.
you guys are talking about, because
talking
this is a show
Somehow
I've
we
been
ended
part
up at
of.
the Married with Children, Charles. I thought this is how your guys' show goes.
It does.
Oh yeah,
we were
I
talking about
rarely
Miracle.
watch
Somehow
Married
we
with
got
Children.
here.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I barely watched Married with Children. I probably watched it when it was on. It was like on the TV. My other family members were watching it, and I would like walk past the TV and like fuck off to my room.
okay, Nikki Cox. How old was she when she was on?
Stop it now. Stop it.
Unhappily
Don't
Ever
ruin my
After?
life. You know what? We were old enough. We were old
See,
enough
I have
for
no
Nikki
idea.
Cox.
It's all
Exactly.
fine. Let's move on.
Exactly. What
I
are you
had
worried about?
1 or 3 sex dreams my entire life. Richard, okay, you're just cleaning yourself. I thought he was humping my jacket over there. Oh my God. He was just leaning. Anyway.
You don't hump my jacket. I hump my jacket.
That's for me, Richard. Anyway, Nikki Cox, terribly embarrassing to admit. The one and only sex dream I had when I was a youth was when that show first came out, or whenever. I think it might have been a show before that she was on the scene. But here's the thing: it wasn't like a sex dream. If I remember it correctly, it had to do with like mowing the lawn, and it was like, and I know her titties were involved, and like, I don't know, maybe I was mowing a lawn, and like she was like the chick who ran the house, or whose house it was, or something. Ran the house.
Is she there, or is she trying to give me the slip?
Yeah, so there was no entry in the dream, but so I didn't violate Nikki Cox in my dreams or nothing. Don't me, please. But
Like I didn't jizz, but I woke up and shit myself, so I think it was a sex dream.
I did see her titties in the dream. Her nipples might have been eyeballs, but it still counts. And I was still very hard when I woke up, very, very hard, and I masturbated immediately.
But you, like I said, you have nothing to worry about, because you know what I'm saying. Around that time, we should have all been like around like I say, you well under me, still sort of a few years peaking under 18 when that came out. I'm pretty sure you were right around 18, if not just under. So I mean, like, I don't think there should be any worries from definitely not you guys, but definitely not from
She
either one
looks
of us.
terrible. I'm so sorry to say that she doesn't look lovely now, but yeah, she's born in 78. So there was never a point in time where it was naughty for any of us to look upon her fun bags
Yay!
or to tug upon our yam bags while looking at said fun bags.
And that's crazy with the cast, though, man. I'm just looking at.
Oh my God! I'm sorry, Stone. He just said Jay Marr was not enough of a Nikki Cocksmith, to keep that hottie, and I said yam bags, which is a reference to Andrew Dice Clay, Jay Marr beef, and I didn't see that when he brought her up. Maybe just Nikki Cox subconsciously reminded me that
Look,
those two fucked.
Justin Burfield, that was cast member on that show, fucking legend, bro. I didn't realize how much of a legend he was. Totally forgot that he was on that show, Unhappily Ever After, and on Malcolm in the Middle, and did a voice on Kim Possible, and was on Duckman.
Sorry, stupid machines. Who's on Duckman?
Justin Burfield, the guy who ended up being on, I was the guy who started on fucking excuse me, Unhappily Ever After, then went to Malcolm in the Middle as Malcolm's older brother, older brother and everything like that. And then
what?
Francis, the guy who was in the
No. I don't. That's not true. That kid was not on Unhappily Ever After, was he?
They're saying he was. They're
what?
Giving him, they're giving
Maybe
him
an
credit for
episode.
that.
I don't believe this. I'm googling it now. Okay, well I wrote Unhappily Ever After, and for some reason it's just showing me my my wedding album. I was never married.
They're saying he plays. They're actually saying he plays a Malloy in this. You know,
What
in
the
damn,
fuck?
That he's a Malloy along the rest of them. Ross Malloy.
Was there a third? Was there a third child on this show? I just remembered Kevin Connolly and Nikki Cox. I don't remember there being a third child.
Because it's even the way they did the fucking poster now. It's
Forgotten
really,
Son. It says right here. It says the series follows the dysfunctional Malloy family of the father, toxic and narcissistic mother, underachieving, seemingly dim-witted eldest son Ryan, academically gifted but rarely taken seriously because she looks like a model daughter, and the forgotten son Ross. So let's see what more they say. But they put forgotten in quotes. So I guess there's a reason that I fucking forgot about this kid, or we've forgotten about this kid.
Because that's what they do.
He's in the main character list. So they did a good job.
Yeah. And it's so weird. But of course, that was like 5 years before he would end up being on Malcolm in the Middle as the older brother at that point. And
fucking loved that show.
Yep. And then, but even before he did Unhappily Ever After, he did a voice on Duckman. It's crazy.
I was not aware of that.
Love that fucking show. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Even before he did fucking Unhappily Ever After, that's crazy. Wonder what voice he did. You know what? Let's find out.
So he was the second oldest brother. Was it Reese? Is that his name?
Yeah, Malcolm, I believe his name was Reese.
Dewey, Malcolm, Reese, and Francis.
Yep. Where was he? So maybe that one.
Bitcoin's very low, ladies and gentlemen. This is not financial advice. It is not financial advice. Nobody here is saying to buy the dips. Buy the dips.
What the hell? All right.
Crypto trading is now 24/7 on Robinhood.
Okay.
This is not financial advice. This is not financial advice.
We really got to pull back because I don't want to. I want to keep blocking you out. You know, it's a major. So, all right, okay, all right. So we've gotten through what these guys. Okay, so we've gotten through.
Sorry, before you go on, of course, the old man would bring up Frank Zappa. Jesus, Richard, get with the times. Get with the times. J.K.
He brought up Dweezil's son, but again, but Spaceballs. I would say okay. So what was up with the whole with their plot? You know, with the air. You know, so with the whole air thing.
Still the air from what was the planet called?
Druidia.
Yeah.
So,
By means of a spaceship that transforms into a maid with a vacuum.
Like, what is up with that?
Maid.
What's that? What was that?
A Mega Maid.
Mega Maid, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what was up with that? So what was up with the whole air plot?
Um, apparently, Planet Spaceball like consumed all of its resources, including its air, and they were like running out of they were running either running low on air or they were running out of air, so they had to steal the air of planet Druidia to give themselves like 10,000 years of fresh air. It was a very stupid plot.
It is a universal theme of pollution and our basic essentials for existence.
It is a plot that makes absolute no sense, but yet is hilarious. So much so that the movie The Marvels from the MCU stole the plot of Spaceballs.
Wait, it did?
Yep.
Scandalous. Of course
No,
they
when
would, though.
when I watched The Marvels when it came to Disney Plus, I was like, okay, I had heard so much shit about this movie. I need to see the tire fire for myself. So I
Mm,
watched it, and as I was seeing the hilarity ensue, I was like, wait a minute. This is literally the plot of Spaceballs.
that, yeah, that,
Yeah, because the villain of the movie, I can't even remember her fucking name.
I
But
can't remember most things about that movie. It was only an hour and a half, but it felt
yeah,
longer, and oh my god, it stunk.
but no, she keeps going from planet to planet, stealing the resources like the water, the
Yeah,
atmosphere, just all the resources of these other planets, and bringing it to her home world. That's literally the plot of Spaceballs.
Well, now I
it
want to
is.
check this out. I already did want to. That's the one with Kumanar Najalmo, right?
No,
No, that's the Eternals.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I didn't want
that's
to
the
see that one then.
Eternals.
What's this one? Who's it? It's this one's. There's something neat about this beyond what you just said.
It has Brie Larson, and then that's all I remember. That's pretty much. Oh, it has Samuel L. Jackson in the movie, but it also has the actress that played Kamala Khan, also known as Ms. Marvel, and then it also has the actress that played Monica Rambeau, who is her own superhero. And that
Did they just
movie,
have to like, so you know it's not Monica Rambo? Did they just like change it to like Monica Rambo?
It is literally that. It's like Beau.
yeah, it's like that. Yeah,
Oh, well, so
it's
where are we at right now?
we're talking
Talking about the
about
classic movie,
Spaceballs,
the
obviously
Marvel.
Spaceballs, 100% Spaceballs. Sorry you missed out on the part about Spaceballs we were talking about.
we're
Okay.
ta- we're talking about how the Marvels literally stole the plot of Spaceballs.
Oh, see, we were talking about Spaceballs. By the
Yeah.
way, you
Oh,
know who has
so,
space by his balls? Luke of the Bind.
but I would say though, for all the funny slapstick whatever, the movie, like I said, the movie setup was really ahead of its time. The where he could access and communicate, you know, where President Scroob or whatever could. Oh yeah, Scroob. Of course, it got to be.
Scroob.
No, it's Scroob because isn't it because isn't he doing isn't it Brooks backwards though?
Yeah, Scroob.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
President Scroob.
Well,
Oh my God! It's been decades,
uh,
and I never picked
I didn't
up
know that
on
either.
Oh
But
my
until he said it.
God!
Or at least he
Look,
mixed
you
up. Or at
learn
least I
something
think he
new
mixed up. I
every
think he more like
day.
mixed up the letters in his name. I think it'd be more like mixed up the letters in his name or
yeah,
whatever.
because otherwise it'd be Scorbs.
Yeah, I just think he mixed up the letters in his last name. But it was like how he could like access, how he could be accessed and communicate with, you know what I'm saying, with that, you know, with that female commander from like any room in his house and everything like that.
Who's taking a piss? She just pops up right in front. I told you to never use this wall.
It is an unlisted wall.
Yeah.
Ahead of his time though. Ahead of his time, I think though.
I remember this is how young I was thinking during that scene, young and R-worded. When the lady after he says that, she looks down and me and my stepbrothers were like, she looked at his wiener. She looked at his wiener.
That was supposed to be the idea, I think.
It was,
Yes,
but
yes,
like
it
just
was
a child's reaction to it is like, oh my god, she just saw his wiener.
TEE-HEE.
Tee-hee, stepbrother. She just saw his wiener.
Oh
Tee-hee.
no.
You have an unnatural obsession with little British lads.
It's the only one I've ever known. I've been doing it since I was a wee lad, so it's not weird.
Please, sir, may I have some more?
Okay.
I just spilled coffee. Like, I just knocked my coffee where the coffee flew out and it landed in my bowl. It landed inside of my bowl and saturated. It just dripped off. Oh,
So
sorry.
wake up and smell the weed now.
Burb.
But Joan Rivers as the female R2D2. I mean,
Got Matrix.
Yeah, I thought that was a great choice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just again, Jewish people banding together, creating funny. I mean, you gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Oh my god.
I mean, thank you. I mean, who else to play the female R2D2 than Miss Can We Talk? You know what I'm saying? Like, who else? Who else was gonna play that role? I mean, I just couldn't see it, man. I mean, I fucking like the idea of Jewish people, like, we're funny. Like, we're funny. We can laugh at ourselves. We can be funny. And it was just a great thing to see. I want to keep highlighting that while we're doing it, because it's been a weird time when we're a couple of years when it came, when it's come to Jewish people and how you feel and Palestine and fucking Israel, and regardless, just
Way to get heavy on us, Stone.
fucking right.
Yeah, come
right?
on, man. Bring the room down. Jeez.
Real quick. I mean,
I come back and Spaceballs is now Palestine and Israel.
All I'm saying is, regardless of my personal opinions, which I won't discuss out of respect, I still feel like I absolutely feel like Jewish people I have a great respect for, and I think and I do feel like because at us in this world we're so segmented, we don't have, it's not just a regular occurrence to just kind of know people and all that type of stuff and pull people. It is good to see. It's because of them that I always had a great respect for, Jewish people overall and their sense of humor and, overall and things like that. So it shows it's not everybody, everybody doesn't have an issue with everybody. There's certain sections of people that people don't like. Jim has often made that statement as it pertains to.
Oh, I thought you said Jim was going to say Jim is often that person.
No, that you often like. Even when it came to a certain lower level of Black people that contribute negatively to the overall optics of Black culture, that you really have an issue with. Like most people,
those
have
jerks that
a
I
certain
call them.
subculture of white people and things like that they don't contribute positively to the optics of other people. It's that same situation. So that's all. Some people just don't feel like there's a certain section of Jewish people that don't contribute positive optics to. But fuck that. We're done.
It's true.
Anyway.
But it's all a fact. It's all a fact. They take those small segments who play into the stereotype or who make up the stereotype, and they play them through the media as indicative of the whole, when in fact they're only a percentage of, they're a minority of a minority. So but it's used to twist the narratives and create the divides.
Yeah, like took a while before I realized that Jewish guys actually were the first guys playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? They could actually play some ball. You know, who fucking knew? No one was bridging those gaps.
Well,
You
now
know,
that does prove the theory I was about to point out that some people say, though, the Jewish people are only made fun of as part of a giant conspiracy to make them into, to further victimize them and help them control this Hollywood narrative. And I was going to say that that's complete and total weird, but now you just said that there's this thing about Jewish people being real good at basketball, and now I know that this conspiracy theory is pretty solid.
Did it?
because that's not true.
I don't know. They're not black. Bump. I should have started with not. I don't know. I wasn't trying to make a racist joke, but they're not black. Bump. Still counts. I got it quick enough in.
God. Okay. But I'm just saying. I mean, again, the level and quality of play notwithstanding, they played basketball. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, let me see anything else that really stood out to me. I think the thing that
Any
makes
Daphne Zuniga nipples sticking out in the movie? I don't recall. Was there any of that? No. Okay. They kept them under wraps.
Nah.
Sorry, I interrupted you, Mr.
So that was another thing that she may have been known for, possibly. Because I can't.
No, if I recall, she had nice ones.
Oh, okay. But I think like the
and I'm a dirty old man.
Okay, yeah. Now, I mean, but maybe not then. But now it's kind of reaching. It's kind of reaching this confirmation. But no. But not yet. I think the gray is kind of betraying you. But no, I don't think you're there yet. Not yet. You got a couple. You got maybe
I was always just as dirty. It's just now unfortunate with the grays that it makes it. Add the old man part.
Yeah, but
it's like I haven't changed, but my hair betrays me. I'm the same guy I ever was. I always loved perky nips.
But the genius of Mel Brooks and the way he spoofs the movie is not just spoofing everything about Star Wars, but it's spoofing like the big movie industry also, and just like how movies are made also, even to the point of like mixing up, like they thought they caught the doubles. I mean, they thought they caught like the original group, but they really caught like the stunt doubles.
The stunt doubles, like that was genius.
Or I think they caught all of them, or they caught a couple of them, or did they catch a couple of them? No, they really, when they first caught them in the trap, they were all the stunt doubles, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I thought at one point they got kind of mixed up.
Because I think it was like always the stunt doubles. Because like Daphne's stunt double was like just some dude with a wig, some rough looking dude with a wig smoking a cigar.
I remember it now. It took him. The whole time I'm like, what are these guys talking about? But now, as soon as you said that,
what? Oh my god, yeah, that was just beautiful the way they fucking, would do that type of shit. And oh my god, let me see. What else was great about this? Fucking Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis is fucking Dark Helmet.
Absolutely perfect.
It was just like they were just getting all the great ones out. You know what I'm saying? To really do this power movie. I mean, it was just great. It was just fucking great, man. Like I said, just a fucking great time with that, and just him being so childish, and you know what I'm saying, and everything like that. It's so weird.
I was gonna say, like, it's not just a dude in an oversized helmet, just because it's Rick Moranis. He's a shorter guy and whatnot. It really seemed like a child in an ill-made Darth Vader costume. It was great.
The doll playing didn't help. Do you think he'd come back for this? Because
yes, come on.
A sequel to this?
Yeah, why not, man? I mean, it was fun. Everybody had fun.
I know they tried to get him for the last Ghostbusters movie, but they couldn't. So I don't know. Is he like unretired, or is he still?
Is that what it is? He actually said he's done doing content.
Well,
he's been done for a long time. Tell the story, you know it, right?
to take care of his kids, right?
Like his
Because his
wife
wife
died, I
died.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rick Moranis retired from acting because his wife died of breast cancer, and
yeah, and his kids were still
so
young.
yeah. So he retired from acting so he could spend time taking care of his kids. And
Wow.
then when his kids grew up and became full grown adults, he was like, "Yeah, I have no I don't need to come back." So
Now, last I heard of Rick Moranis, I think I'm fairly sure he got sucker punched on the streets
he
of New
did.
York
Yeah,
like a
he
couple of
did.
years back.
Yep, I heard about that too. Some thug. That's the only word that. Look, that's the only
Clown.
word I
No, no,
have to
no.
describe.
Clown. Reprobate.
Clowns don't punch
Um,
people.
reprobate.
All right, fine. Thug
Fucking.
Sorry, I
is a
ran here
court
to
word
say
for it.
clowns don't punch people. People punch clowns.
That's
Okay,
right.
so yeah, all right, fine.
When-
I have another word to describe him.
Fucking
Idiot.
algae eater,
Piece of
bottom
shit.
dweller. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Panty waste. You know,
yeah.
there's,
An
there's a
idiot. An
number of.
idiot. An idiot.
Ah,
Punch the guy.
Idiot is more scientific. Is based on certain traits and characteristics. I'm telling you, like somebody like this that would just do something like that because he bumped into somebody that was, you know what I'm saying, that was pretty notable, done some classic movies, and would do something like that. You know what I'm saying? What has Rick Moranis ever even been accused of? No one's ever even talked about Rick Moranis in a negative light at all, and
No.
things like that. And you know what I'm saying? That's just somebody who is just a fucking just ugh, fucking mutant.
That,
I mean, I don't,
that's
I
the
don't, I
thing.
don't know,
Like
man.
how do you see that guy and you're like, yeah, that's the one. That's the one I'm gonna fucking try and maybe murder.
He
Like,
probably thought that by punching Rick Moranis, it was probably going to gain him some notoriety. Probably.
do you think the person even recognized them, or was it just one of these like random just
Well,
street attack?
when I saw the CCTV footage of the attack,
Hmm.
I didn't even know it was Rick Moranis until I was told that it was him.
Hmm.
I didn't even recognize him.
I mean, what, he'd be in his 60s now, at least somewhere there.
60s or 70s.
Yeah.
Well, this is interesting. Also, Moranis was used to doing movies where he could improv. Okay.
The only thing
Oh,
on
sorry.
No
there
problem.
was one thing that he did recently that was on camera. It was a commercial that he did with Ryan Reynolds. And that's really all he did. I can't remember what the commercial was for.
Mint Mobile, Ryan
That
Reynolds'
was
cell phone
yeah.
company.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just he did that commercial and I saw him there and that was like the clear look of Rick Moranis like recently and yeah, he's barely recognizable.
I mean, it's funny though how certain people will flaunt their wealth and people seemingly like don't seem real interested in how wealthy somebody actually is because it's like he owns a cell phone company and he along with Rob McElhaney, if I'm getting the right one correct, they own a soccer team
Yeah.
together.
It's McLean. Michelini.
Really?
I don't know.
I feel like Stone's right, but I don't know.
Look at
Anyways,
the bind. Where my green screen is showing. I'm trying to figure out why I look like. Look, I'm like keying out. Actually, I have no effects on right now. And
The
I'm
he was,
keying
but
out.
but the he was kind of grabbing you though.
Yeah, that's fucking weird. And that's now I realize why I'm so shitty when
Like
I
when
have
you
the
move-
thing on. Like
When
see-
you move to
see?
certain spaces, your fingers, like I see his fingers glowing at the tips, and then at certain moments, I would see his hair kind of glowing green when he would move. Now I'm seeing like complete blackout when you move to certain spaces.
Yeah, but then when I do that, you can see why, because of this weird shit, but I don't know what this weird shit is, so I got to figure this out. So I'll do it live. Apologies. I wanted to address Luke. He thought there was a big issue. He was like, dude, your green screen's showing.
Yeah, it could be worse things. Be earlier in the show.
When I was naked.
Okay, so there is one thing I want to bring up with Spaceballs. What did you guys think about the diner scene?
I was going to bring that up before. That's probably one of my favorite bits. I love that so much.
Yeah.
I think William Hurt was the only actual actor from Alien as part of that Nostromo crew. But still, that was a great scene. Just, hello, my baby.
Now, chicken or egg question, folks. Now, did that happen before the whole WB thing? I mean, it absolutely did, right? With the frog? With the frog?
I don't think so.
Oh, because it was in the old cartoons, though, right? Yeah, of
course
it was.
I'm thinking. I feel like that would have been decades before.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I don't know why, because I keep thinking about the WB channel when they did the whole WB thing, and they had the frog there. I keep forgetting about the old ass cartoon that did that. Oh, I totally forgot about that. Yeah,
I only know about it because of Chappelle's show. Because I think he did an impression. He's like, "Fuck that racist frog." I'm like, what's he talking about? So I looked it up.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that shit was quite a situation. Like I said, that was definitely again random. So it wasn't completely spoofing Star Wars, but just kind of using Star Wars as this big canvas almost to kind of spoof the movie industry and space movies a little bit.
It really kind of set the table for things like Scary Movie, where it's like we're using this thing as the canvas, but we're going to also incorporate, a bunch of other parodies from, well, not even the time, like sort of the time and genre. Then also in the case of this movie, there was Wizard of Oz parodies. So it's like they went a bit broad with this one, but it was mostly sci-fi stuff.
So you kind of feel like the whole thing was sort of still like Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I think the yogurt thing, like the intro to yogurt, was a very Wizard of Oz kind of thing. I think there was even a line.
Okay. True enough. True enough. That one, you're right. Good point. Good.
I feel like there's another reference I'm forgetting, but yeah.
What do you mean the little Munchkins too? I mean, but they would be like Ewoks though, right?
No, they were what are they called? Not the Sand People. They were the.
Oh, that's not nice to say.
That's literally what they're called. I don't mean the other ones that are in use most days. I mean the ones from the Star Wars movie. Charles, what were they called? The little guys who took C-3PO and R2-D2 and...
That wasn't the Ewoks?
The Jawas.
No. The Jawas, thank you.
Yeah, the Jawas.
Completely blanking on that. Yeah, like glittery versions of the Jawas.
Oh, you're talking about the Dinks. Oh my god.
That's what they were called, the Dinks? Really?
Yeah. They were called the Dinks. They literally say their name throughout the entire movie.
Dink, 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 dink.
That's also an outdated racial term.
Yeah, it's just like
great. My bad, Damian.
What happened?
Oh, I said great for the Dink Dinks.
Oh,
yeah.
Did my Dink Dinks not come up before?
No, I heard them.
Well, what's happening? Why is it asked what happened? I just said my bad. You said outdated racial term. I said oops for the Dink Dink. I didn't mean to say Dink Dink. If it can get in trouble for saying the word Dink Dink.
It's in the movie. We're talking about the movie. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that also brings something up. I watched it again recently. put a chick in it, uh, make her gay and make it fucking lame.
Oh, the South Park thing.
Yeah, I watched that again recently.
Oh, did you see the Minecraft trailer?
Oh dear God.
I don't hate it.
Really? What is wrong with you?
Everyone else seems to hate it. I don't. Even my chillins. I don't.
1.1 million dislikes. That thing got ratioed to hell.
I watched it yesterday. I'm like, yeah.
Okay,
Really?
I have a question here. Am I the only one that thinks that Hollywood is turning Jason Momoa into a bum?
No, I think he did that to himself.
It's just like because ever since he did Aquaman 2, I've noticed that Jason Momoa is not as like toned, not as muscular. He's kind of put on a dad bod recently, and he's kind of been a little messy since that movie.
So you
He's
think like
kinda
you saw Fat Thor and Thor Ragnarok? No, not
a little
Ragnarok.
bit, yeah.
Love
He's
and
kind of
Thunder, and
let
he's like,
himself
"Eh."
go. He's kind of let himself go.
I haven't noticed that as much, but I definitely noticed he has fucking bangs in the Minecraft trailer.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just he's kind of changed, and not for the better. I
Well, because
think
it's sort of like, I
his
guess
career
he's
is
got no
starting to drop
reason
off.
to. I mean, could be. I mean, I don't think the last Aquaman movie did well at all.
Oh no, it didn't. But it's not. That's not his fault. I think it's Amber
No.
Heard's fault.
Yeah, I mean,
That movie was doomed from the start because she was still in the
caused the
movie.
movie to shit the bed.
Yeah.
Get it? 'Cause she shit. Never mind.
Yeah, we all know.
Yeah, we all know.
There's a reason why they call her Amber Turd.
Very good reason.
Yeah. As far as I know, Uwe Ball is
Jim,
not.
are you changing your
directing
lights,
Minecraft.
or is what's that?
Luke
No, I'm just trying to work. I'm trying to make this stop. I'm just touching things in the settings.
Luke of the
Okay, I
Vine
wasn't sure if
asked
the
a
light-
question
lights were on
in chat.
the fritz, too.
Yeah. Luke
I'll
of the
do
Vine
that to be less disruptive.
Luke of the
Fine, I
Vine
just
asked
noticed
a
it.
question in chat if Uwe Boll is directing Minecraft. He is not.
Which is a shame.
A gosh dang shame.
I mean, I'm not gonna go anywhere near that. So yeah.
I think it's for the best. You goddamn
Yeah.
hater.
Yeah. Absolutely. But let's see.
Actually, Jim.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he
was it a vulture list of like best to worst video game adaptations?
I do believe that it was a vulture list. Yes.
Yeah, when you initially it was sort of like it seemed like you thought it was like from what I think worst to best or something like that, but did it flip the other way? Because if it was the initial way, Postal is by no means the worst video game adaptation by a long stretch.
No. It was. I don't see what more Postal fans could have expected, what Running with Scissors could have expected. It was Postal the movie and then some.
Yeah.
What was the worst video game adaptation on that list?
Schindler's List. I loved the game but hated the movie.
What?
Yeah, it was a management simulator.
Yep.
Schindler's List, the movie was based off of a book, wasn't it? Not a
It was based on the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I
It
know
was
it's
based on the extermination of
I
14
know it was
million
based off of a
Jews.
true story, but I believe the movie itself was supposed to be based off of a piece of literature that was based off of the actual events.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
I saw
Really?
Schindler's List a long, long time ago.
Yeah, I saw it in high school as in a it was a history and film class. I did.
Never been a big Hitler fan.
Really? Why not?
I know this is a hot take, but I've just
He
never
was
been
kind
too
of a bad
interested
guy.
in Hitler.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Not my cup of tea, that Hitler guy. Oh, Hitler.
Listen, like great speaker, bit of a shithead. You know, it's
What the fuck?
Schindler's List, loosely based on the Holocaust, says Richard Kish.
true. Liam Neeson wasn't there.
Yeah, Liam Neeson definitely wasn't there. But by the way, Kish knows this because he's very, very old and was there.
Yeah, he was 30 at the time.
He
sorry,
put the
Kish.
notary seal on the list, actually. he was
Kish's seal of approval.
sealed with a Kish. God damn it, Richard. Why do you have to be so old and adorable? I'm still broke that Scroob is Brooks. I'm just that's so crazy. Just gotta say, that's all.
Yeah.
Where were we? Holocaust, huh?
Yeah.
How did we get there?
I have no idea, but
Well,
we did.
Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
Mel Brooks drove us on that train to the Holocaust. Careful, we're making Richard laugh a lot. He might croak. He's very fragile.
Never a dull moment here on TV.
Down to 2.5 years now. God damn it.
Well, I could dull it up and ask a question. Damian,
Yes.
what would you say your cigaretting is? Because I need a model to follow. I'm not happy with the way I chain smoke. I don't enjoy it, and I do it for no reason, simply to do it. What is your cigarette habit? Explain it to me, please. Tell me your typical day of cigaretting. How long between, etc.
Usually pretty spaced out, unless I'm drinking heavily and doing.
Do you
TEE-HEE.
smoke straight out the bed? Let's start there.
Rarely.
Rarely,
not-
you said?
Yeah. Every now
Okay,
and then I'll
so-
wake up. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to get up yet. So I crack the window and just light one up. But usually at least.
I don't mean in bed.
at least
I mean,
stand up.
do you smoke as soon as you wake up is what I meant.
Yeah, again, rarely.
Okay, because that's the start right there, as I noticed. And maybe we can help some people here who smoke cigarettes, because I notice anytime I wait a couple of hours, I smoke way less throughout the day, and I feel way better. But right now,
Yeah.
I certainly light one up the second I'm awake, because I'm off to work. I gotta fucking smoke my cigarette, drink my coffee, get rolling. But
Yeah,
how long
that's-
do you wait?
Yeah, it's pretty much how I do things. Get a coffee going and add that first one.
So you do have one when you wake up, you lying little. This is why nobody likes Australians.
Hmm.
So you do smoke one when you wake up with your coffee right away.
I thought you meant like literally this. I open my eyes. Like, got a little bit more.
Well, I mean, Not really, but a lot of people do. I mean, but the coffee, I get a Keurig. I'm out of bed, and in under a minute, I have a cup of coffee and a cigarette going.
Nah, I gotta wait at least like 5 to 10. Gotta boil the water and then.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, the answer is yes. Damian J. Rogers does smoke a cigarette as soon as he wakes up in the morning. So then, moving on from there, how much space would you say there is between each cigarette? Is there a conscious decision for you to take that space?
Nah, it just depends on what I'm doing, really. Like if I'm bored, I'll smoke more. If I've got something to, something I'm wrapped up in, it'll be less.
Thank you, Damian. You have been very helpful to the audience here at TEE-HEE TV and to me. This information has been quite crucial to my personal quest of smoking less cigarettes. I will certainly use your model.
Level of sarcasm makes me sick. Fuck you. I agree.
Look, I only started talking about cigarettes because I know Stone's not here, and I don't know. That's what I don't know. When Stone's gone, do you guys go back to the show, or do you wait? Like the thing you're talking about, or do you wait?
We usually just go somewhere else.
Okay, that's what I figured, and that's what I did. I apologize, Charles Whedon. What about your cigarette intake, Charles? Maybe I can use you as a model.
I don't smoke.
All right, that sounds like a very good model. But yeah. I'll die at this point if I don't smoke. There's too much cocky in my lungs. It would dry up. I need to at least smoke a few a day going forward. I can't stop. It'll be bad.
Now, keep in mind, I did give it a try like a long ass time ago. Like back in like 2006 is when I tried it, but I only did it for like a couple of weeks to give it a shot, and I was like, yeah, I don't like this, so I stopped. But the brand that I tried were like these like little cigars called Swisher Swiss or whatever they're called.
You silly little goose.
What do you mean, like the cigars that are almost cigarette sized, like those kind of ones?
Yeah, that's
cigarillos. They're called.
Thank you. Yes.
Go on though, please. I remember this story, Charles, and the what is something I've already said to you in the past, but I'll say it again when you're done.
Yeah, but no. Yeah, I tried those for like a couple of weeks, and yeah, I didn't care for them. And I
Thank God.
I stopped after like 2 weeks.
One, nobody cares for those. Those are not cigarettes. Maybe homeless old women smoke those because they're like $2 a pack now when other real cigarettes are like $12. So back in the day, you probably copped that for like 25 cents when a pack was $2, you know? Yeah, you did not actually smoke cigarettes. You thankfully smoked something very disgusting that turned you off early, and that was a good thing.
Okay.
Which, speaking of
cigarettes, are fucking delicious unless you smoke a lot of them.
Yeah. There's been, I don't get it as much now, but like years ago when they were much cheaper and you could get more, like there'd be nights where, you go out drinking or whatever, you wake up in the morning, you're like, is there an ashtray in my mouth? My God.
Yeah, especially with a beard. That there are nights just when I smoke too many cigarettes. Look, the reason I bring this up is especially with doing shows, talk about I smoke socially and non-socially, and way too much socially. My cigaretting goes like this: wake up, make my coffee, smoke a cigarette, smoke a bowl, maybe take 2-3 hits out of that bowl, light up another cigarette. That cigarette's going, I'm smoking the rest of that bowl. That cigarette's out, I'm packing another bowl. I smoke that 2, 3, 4 hits in that bowl. I light up another cigarette. And it goes like that for the next maybe 2 hours to then I stop smoking whole cigarettes because obviously I'm murdering myself and my body can't take anymore. So now I'm like lighting up a cigarette, taking 2, 3, 5 drags, putting it out, hitting the bowl once, lighting the cigarette, 2, 3 more drags, putting it out, hitting the bowl, and that's the nonstop.
See, when I used to smoke weed, I smoked probably at least 50% less cigarettes. if not more.
Well, I think I'd be chain smoking if I didn't smoke weed. I couldn't imagine. And then now doing these long ass shows with Rob Saul every night, I'm smoking not because I don't. Now I'm smoking whole cigarettes at the end of the night for 3 hours straight. Just fucking. I'm almost at 2 packs a day right now.
God damn. I don't know. I couldn't do that much.
I need to stop, but I can smoke, so I do. And also, I realized one of the reasons I smoke so much is because I like with writing and with whatever else I'm doing, work, busy mind, that I just say fuck it and smoke the cigarette, so I don't have to think about smoking a cigarette. You know what I mean? I don't have to consider addiction at all. I just always have a cigarette, so I can. My mind is free to
become a distraction. Yeah,
right. It's just free to focus on everything else. I realized that by doing shows because I was like, why do I smoke so much more when I'm on these shows? And it's because I got to be thinking on my feet, and I don't want to have any thoughts at all diverted to addiction. So I got to reprogram myself, you guys. I got to mix somewhere between V, Whedon, and Damian here. I gotta find that balance. Jesus Christ, where's Stone? This is becoming a real downer. I'm sorry I did this, guys.
That's all right.
It's a mild therapy session all of a sudden.
Nah, it's not therapy. It's just smoke quitting. It's not even quitting. It's human. You need. I just need a good model to copy. A good model.
You know,
Like
I
smoke
do
one an hour. I don't know.
Yeah, like the main reason I think about giving up is just because of the fucking cost of it all. But of course, there's always in the back of your mind at least the health aspect. Like obviously, it's not good. We all know this.
Well, this guy wants to buy Japanese cigarettes. Of course he does. Listen, you better watch out talking about dildos or anything sex toy related with jokes with people around here because you started a war, I think it was, with your sex toy jokes with another person in the past that caused a huge thing with a channel getting, yeah. One of you did. I wasn't here, so somebody made the cock ring joke. Wasn't me.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think I think Major Asshole remembers to a certain person expressing their love of cock rings.
Again,
sorry, what?
I wasn't here.
Someone that we used to do shows with.
But a vibrating cock ring, and somebody made a fucking terrible joke about it. And it caused trouble, and now he's making another terrible joke about a wooden dildo with Luke, and it's going to cause another problem.
I don't think it was me the first time, but it might have been. I'm not gonna.
It might have been Luke.
I'm gonna blame Luke. I don't think it was my fault.
Let's blame Luke.
Yeah.
Japanese cigarettes, huh? You Richard Kish. Da-dump-dump. What do they use in Japanese cigarettes? Seaweed. Ba-dum-bump.
But
now do we just talk Spaceballs? Does it get to that part? What are you guys up to? How you doing, Charles? Come on, you talk because Damian and I, we can talk about whatever you're talking about, but there's many things Damian and I can talk about that you will not. So why don't you tell us something so that we can play with you?
Oh my God. All right.
Charles, I had a hot mango honey bun the other day. It was a spicy honey bun, and it happened 5 days after thinking, I've never seen another type of honey bun. Why don't they do things with honey buns? It was delicious. Anyway, go on. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, let me see. How about this? And it's going to be something that you're not going to want to talk about, Jim.
I'll do it for you, Charles.
It's going to be Star Wars related.
I knew it.
Wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. Say that again. What is it?
It's going to be Star Wars related.
All right, go ahead. I got my fingers ready. Go ahead.
That actually sounds pretty accurate to a lot of these fucking idiots
It
that
sure
are
does.
that are complaining about that Star Wars show. I said it again. There it is.
Sorry.
Strap in, folks. This is the next 20 minutes.
I thought you were gonna say the full. I was waiting for the name of the show. I'm sorry. Go on. Anyway.
The Star Wars show Acolyte, where all these people are. Yeah.
I may die soon.
Yeah. Yeah, but
if my frame suddenly opens up and there's no me in it, you know why.
Yeah, but no, it's just you have all of these quote unquote fans, and I say that with air quotes, complaining that the show got canceled. And I think it
Wait, which one? Accolades?
Acolyte got canceled. It got canceled.
Is that a clip from the show?
The gets me every time because it sneaks up on you.
Yeah, it got canceled after one season, and the reason why it got canceled after one season is because nobody fucking watched it. It was the least watched Star Wars show in history, and Disney invested $180 million in this show. So if nobody watched the show, it got the least viewership out of everything in Star Wars history. Yep, there it is. And they invested $180 million in that show. That is a massive loss. So do you really think Disney's going to do that again for a season 2?
But no, it got canceled because people didn't review it well and were hating on it. Not because no one watched it, because that's how shit works.
What was the show again?
It's called Acolyte.
Fuck.
Yeah, but the whole point of me bringing this up is
Wait,
that
what did you bring up?
The Acolyte.
Christ.
I don't like that sound anymore.
You know what? I'm just going to stop now.
I'm sorry. Go back to it. Please don't stop. Finish. Because we don't want to kill Damian and Stone's back.
Well, I was only talking about this until Stone came back.
Are we done with Spaceballs?
I think we've covered it.
I just want to make sure I highlighted one more part, like the whole thing with Dark Helmet and taking out guys growing areas. I don't know. I think maybe a humorous call to circumcisions, maybe, or or the humor about that a little bit.
Could be. I didn't even think of it. That's what it sounded like every time you took out a groin.
I'm just saying. I just always thought about, like, damn, why he always want to take out guys? You know what I'm saying? Guys junk. You know, like, what exactly is he doing? Do we know? Like, what?
I don't know. I don't think this.
Damian's still lost in the sounds of Jacobs.
It's just going around and around in my head.
Last time, that's it.
I mean, it kind of sounds like somebody losing their butt virginity, but I'm just saying, I don't.
Yeah, that was one of the speculations on the internet.
I'm gonna see if I can find the Opie and Anthony Sandy Kane soundboard, because my God, does it remind me of that? Just a series of clips of this fucking woman. Yeah, this fucking. The sounds that humans make.
So then I guess we're still gonna take the endeavor into slasher then.
I thought we would save that for next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do we at least want to say? Do we at least want to say like before we got to the end of it? Before we got to the end of it, did you feel like you knew who it was?
No.
To be honest, go ahead, Damian.
I was going to say, I don't think this time, like earlier, I predicted it much earlier. This time, I think it took me till around like the second last episode or so, maybe the third last. But
I would say honestly, it took me a while because I realized that we got red herring.
Yeah, trickery.
Yeah, I was not expecting it to be the brother and the sister. I wasn't.
Major,
week,
you
right?
asshole.
Oh, come on. Really?
Cut that part out.
Next week, right?
Yeah.
Cut it. Oh, all right. I guess. Well, you guys, you heard him. He said,
right,
we gotta cut that part out. Okay, sorry.
No,
I go again.
But next week, we'll. All I'm saying is, all I was doing was just kind of going. It was just the red herring that really got me on the situation. I thought it was about one thing, but it really wasn't about that at all.
No, there's a lot of surprises in this season.
Yeah,
see, it was, but all of my logic and all of my investigation was centered around one, one event, but that was the red herring. The red herring was, it made you think about the one event, and then basically you're kind of caught up in that event, but another event happens in the aftermath of that event that that really it was a thing to concentrate on. But you think that the initial event is the one you're supposed to concentrate on, and that's just a byproduct. And that's where they got you. That's where they got me anyway. I'm thinking like the whole time I'm trying to get the logic on why, what I'm saying, who is avenging this? But I was thinking on the wrong thing. If you,
What to
if
say
you,
about this season,
if
which
you know,
is why,
if you,
which is
but
why
you-
we're saving, because there's too much.
And do you get what I'm saying though?
I do.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that wasn't being too cryptic for even you guys, so.
Without saying anything at all, the very end really surprised me. How things ultimately worked out. Who was,
Yeah.
I can't say too much. But yeah, the very ending, I was like, huh, really?
Wow. It's just, I think it had to go that way. I think the way that it went, I'll say this though also in closing. The way that it went, I think it had to be that way, because if it didn't have the trickery, it probably would have been too easy.
Yeah.
I think.
Like previous seasons, as I said, like the last two seasons, I called things that I wish I didn't know early, but I was just like, I see this, I'm like, yeah, I think that's the thing, and ultimately it was the thing, which was disappointing.
I didn't.
Still played out well, but I was like, I wish I didn't call it so early, based on things that I think would, maybe, I don't know if it was bad writing or if they just telegraphed things a bit too much. I don't know.
I really didn't. It was only when he was. I really didn't see in the first installment. I really didn't. I just didn't feel like I was being driven to that guy until the last couple of episodes. We're almost where you kind of knew. It was like right before you kind of knew that it was actually him, and they were kind of just letting it go and just seeing how it all played out. But it was like right before that point, up until right before that point, I wasn't feeling like I wasn't being driven to that guy.
I will
I
say
don't
there
know.
was a bit of trickery with that one because I was like, I think it's this guy, but then there was a few things they threw at me, and I'm like,
But because
okay, maybe not.
they made it about her and being born still with this whole thing that went on way back. So it just didn't seem like why in the hell would he all of a sudden snap off because of that? I understand it. I understand eventually it was revealed that his father was the guy who was right there when it all happened, but still, I just that one I just
Whereas the
like
second season, like I
say
was
this.
from like episode 2 or so, I was like, I was pretty certain. I'm like, okay, Tyler Durden. I think I know what's going on here.
I just, they hid that one so well, though. I have to say,
Mm,
you don't think where it seemed like conversations, like the one thing where I started to have doubt was when old boy had a conversation with her. I'm like, I know he's not really trying to act like they shouldn't be getting together or something like that. So it can't be that,
I
right? So
think
I'm just
that's
like,
what you mean. Like they're in the kitchen, and dude who played the leader of the what do you call it?
commune.
Yeah, the commune. Guy was the gay guy in the first season, the gay realtor. That guy. When she's in the kitchen talking to dead guy, and he sort of looks at her. I think that was my final tip off because before that I was like, wait, has anyone actually interacted with this guy? And then
I mean,
I was kind of like from that
but
point on I was looking for the. It's almost like it's almost like knowing the ending of The Sixth Sense and watching it, where you just like you're looking throughout. Like I was just like, yeah, I'm almost 100%. This is what it is. So I was looking for stuff throughout the season, and I was just like, yeah, this guy just talks and no one acknowledges it.
but it's
Or
but they wait.
if they do, it's very much just like he says something over here, someone over here is sort of
But it's so
aimed a little
jammed.
in the other
But it's so
direction.
but it's so jammed into the conflict that you almost kind of feel like it's just more people like saying things and making declarations or calling certain things out. Everything was like you kind of feel like it kind of gives an energy that maybe you feel like not everything was meant to be responded to. So it's kind of easy to feel like it's kind of easy to miss that he was just kind of placed in there. That was her. That
Yeah,
was her head playing that whole thing because when there's confrontation going and everybody's talking and everybody's throwing out accusations, it's kind of easy for somebody to throw out something random or make a statement and jam it into that, and then you could okay. He just what I'm saying. He's saying things, and right at the moment he's saying things, and it sounds so. I'm standing up, and we're doing, and it kind of feels like he's taking charge, and the energy and maybe the calm is sort of like what I'm saying? The way they placed it in the timing and the way certain things would go, you would feel like it was more of like a dramatic, it was like a more dramatic scene. And when he said this and so on and so forth, like what do you think, Major? Like what do you think, what I'm saying, about his placement in the second installment, in the exchanges and everything like that? Was it easy? I felt like it was somewhat easy to sort of like to miss it. I didn't feel like maybe it was so obvious. But what do you think?
yeah. Like I think you're probably right in that. Sorry, I'll let
No.
Major Asshole speak, but I think you could be right about that. It's just I happened to sort of get lucky, I guess.
Mm.
One of those rare
I mean,
moments of
because I've seen the Sixth
intelligence
Sense.
that I
I
have from
see
time to time.
because I've seen the Sixth Sense, and I own Fight Club, so I definitely understand the concept of it and everything like that. But I just felt like, but even with Fight Club, the way they played with it, because he's talking to Brad Pitt while Brad Pitt is in the room with why Brad Pitt is in the room with fucking why am I forgetting her fucking name? You know what I'm
But
saying? But huh?
what,
Helena
what,
Bonham
what
uh,
was the question again?
Like, do you like when it came to the exchange, like realizing the second installment that the guy was a figment, that it was her son in a weird relationship that she was starting to bond with him in her imagination, and that guy really wasn't real in the exchanges that he was kind of jammed into. Like, did you feel like it was seeable? It was more seeable, or was it easy because of the conflicts and like the calling outs, that it was easy to miss that he really wasn't there talking to anyone?
I noticed when he when Ren. 1 second.
Okay, while I was doing that, the one thing I was going to say, the one thing that really kind of threw me off when I was thinking, like, oh, maybe I am wrong about this, was the weird, seemingly sexual kind of aspect.
And that's what kind of just. I'm like, okay, this here. I'm like, okay, this can't be the son. Like, I was almost there, but it was like,
Well, the sun part I didn't. Yeah, that I didn't catch on until later. But I definitely, like, very early was just like,
All right,
this
sorry
guy
about that.
is dead or whatever. He's not here. He's not real.
All right, so to answer your question, with Ren's interactions with the rest of the people in like the various meetings going on, when the way the cinematography made it look, it made it appear that they were responding to him, but there were certain situations where it appeared that they weren't actually responding to him. So there were situations where I was like, hold on a second, were they responding to him or were they responding to somebody else? So over the course of the season, to the point early on in the season, I was like, yeah, Ren is not real. He's a figment of her. He's a figment of her imagination. He's a hallucination.
All I could say is that with Slasher, I could definitely say that this was well done in the way of, like, for certain people, the certain reveals were more substantial than other ones. Like for you guys felt like you knew that from early on that he wasn't real, and for me, it was like okay, the because again, Friday the 13th gives me it gives me Friday the 13th feels. The very first one, this installment gave me original Friday the 13th feels.
Yeah, but the thing is that with Friday the 13th, it wasn't like a visual hallucination. It was all internal.
It was like Charles. Let me stop you there, because what would she do when she would go when she was hunting the final girl? What was she doing?
What
was she doing?
Like Ren was speaking through her.
And what was she doing? What was Jason's mother doing when she was hunting the final girl?
She was like Jason was speaking through her.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, all right. Fine. Friday the 13th. Yes. Okay.
So again, I was so at that point early on, I was feeling like, okay, and they would keep him, and then they were keeping the guy's face kind of hidden that was accused initially. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe they're going this way. But then when the whole sexual thing started, that kind of happened.
Okay, now that was fucked up.
Yeah, it kind of threw me off.
Especially in retrospect.
Yeah, and at that point, I was kind of thrown off of the whole Jason's mother syndrome situation. So that's when it came back to it, and it turned out that it was her. It was kind of like, wow, okay, because they really figured out a way to really throw you off, because they threw me the hell off of that. I was done when I saw that. I was like, okay, this ain't the son situation here. I don't know what the overall deal is. I wasn't that confirmed that he was real or unreal. It was more okay, but once that happened, it kind of threw me off of, this can't be her son, or this can't be a perception of her son, or a reincarnation of her son, or some guy who seems like her son, or some shit like that. It just, I knew it was some kind of weird shit like that, But I just, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, okay, once they started doing that, I'm like, okay, this is more than just that. You know what I'm saying? This is okay. But yeah, and then that's what kind of, and then when they dropped that, I was like, the big reveal was the fact that he wasn't real, and that seeing them, I guess, kind of triggered her, and she snapped. You know what I'm saying? Seeing them and realizing what they may have been back for, it kind of just kind of triggered this whole thing with her at that point. So I don't know. Just kind of like I said,
like it really is when you get to the end of the season and knowing what you know, and you look back at those scenes, and you're just like, what the fuck was that? This, like, yes, she's a psychopathic killer, but she's also very sick in other ways.
I guess, and,
Yes.
and again, I guess that kind of goes back to the whole, again, because it doesn't parallel it in a way, but it kind of connects in this way of, like I said, Jason's mom, Norman Bates' mother, and everything like that. You know, it like I said, that whole installment was sort of like, yeah, this, you know what I'm saying, the psycho weird mothers in their weird attachments to their, you know, to their sons and everything like that. You know, so yeah. Maybe they found a way to sort of cross into that barrier in their own way, you know what I'm saying, and sort of paying homage to that in that particular situation. So,
It is wrong on so many levels.
yeah, and nothing can nothing can make that seem any less weird, because even when they went there on with Manchurian Candidate, it was just, you know, nothing can make that not weird.
Nope. There's no way.
You can try to act like it's artistic and all this type of shit, like they were doing a high level movie, but it's still weird as fuck for this woman to have birthed this man, and then while she's sort of grooming him then or whatever, and then starts to fucking get romantic. It's just
Oh
fucking,
God.
it's just fucking odd. It's just fucking odd. It breeds to a monstrous sickness, and I guess that's what they wanted to show, like how monstrous she really was, and this whole situation. I guess that's what they wanted to illustrate, that how monstrous she
Definitely
really
did,
was.
yeah. Yeah.
Like, ooh.
I would say that season has my favorite setting so far. Like the isolated, you know, not quite the Thing style setting, but you're on the road to that. Like, yeah, isolation, snow, and
I mean, I think when you run out of, when you don't have the fucking jet skis and shit like that, I mean, you might as well. I mean, the difference between having active snowstorm bailing down, or a bunch of snow that's not going anywhere, and you don't have any way to transport yourself beyond it, is really no difference in my opinion. It might as, you know what I'm saying, it might as well be snowing. It might as well just be blizzarding, because I mean, what's the fucking difference?
which it did as well at some point.
Although I will say that my favorite kill out of all 3 installments that we've watched so far is in the 3rd installment.
Which one? We'll go into it, you know, again, but which one?
But yeah.
It's spoiler territory. Are you sure you want me to tell you?
Maybe just tell me which character, because I know.
Violet.
Okay.
The girl with like the blog.
Yes, we know.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah, she's my favorite death in season 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I was just like, yeah, I'll get into it once we discuss it next week. So,
yeah. Just doing parodies of the Leave Britney Spears Alone video like 30 years later. We'll get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into it. Yep.
All right. Well, okay. because it seemed like okay, yeah, we started late, and I guess we got to get to some things. You got to get to some sleeping and things like that. Jim, are you still there, or are you just?
Taking
no way we could have walled. No way we could have walled him.
Am I in the room? I'm not sure.
Yeah, you actually are here. I'm like, no way we could have walled him out.
God, thank God it wasn't on camera. Ooh, I was literally just close-upping my pores and stuff. I was cleaning off my camera lens, and
okay.
I was trying to figure out how to get rid of that fucked up blur.
Trying to get zestfully clean.
Oopsie.
A little bit of summer cleaning, huh?
But yeah, but this
summer, yeah.
But
that.
Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Anyone?
Yes.
But I would just I don't know how can I put this? I mean, this is a weird contrast of content. When it came to slasher, I wonder what we're going to come up with. We definitely got to come up with something to contrast again. Oh, that's right. We're doing Mel Brooks. Or we're doing Mel Brooks down the line, right?
Well, I mean, I suggested Spaceballs this week, so.
But were we? I thought were we going through the whole like Mel Brooks catalog though?
Yeah, but I mean, Mel Brooks probably isn't a good contrast to go with slasher, so we could suggest something else to go with it.
I mean, it is a good contrast, but we could also change it up as well.
Yeah.
Maybe do like another horror movie or slasher movie to go with it.
Oh, so what you want to do is monochromatic? That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. You want to go more? You want to go more in lockstep? That's fine.
Yeah. You want to be basic? We can switch back and forth. That's fine. Basic
yeah, I'm thinking. Let's see. What is it? I'm drawing a blank here because I mean, like slasher and like thriller type movies aren't really my thing. So, you guys got any suggestions?
Okay. Let's see what Damian comes up with because
Alone in the Dark, not the Uwe Boll film.
Could you get off Uwe Boll's nuts, man?
No, not the Uwe one. The one with Jack Palance and Martin Landau.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Wait, the Uwe Boll one had Christian Slater and Tara Reid, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I even brought up the original Alone in the Dark in my interview with Uwe Boll.
No offense, I'm just saying, like, no, not trying to shit on him. Love the way he kicked those critics' asses. I saw Heckler. I saw the whole thing go down in this movie Heckler that I own. Fucking lovely. But yeah, I'm saying, yeah, just saying. That was my mistake. He wasn't on his dick at that point, so just my mistake.
Even if so, it's well deserved. The man has created some masterpieces.
It's fine. And I would never say that because of that. Your opinion and your perspective is absolutely your right. So creative, that's what creative spaces are. People create something, some other people can act like it's bullshit, Terry's ugly. And it's like, okay, but it's like, okay, some people like it, it's fine. Ooh,
Charles, he gave us Lana Lang from Smallville's titties in a movie. Like for that, he gets a pass for everything. I would think.
Those aliens are garbage. Oh God. It's like, all right. It's your opinion. It's fine. It's fine.
I saw the first Blood Rain movie, and that movie was terrible. And then
terribly terrific?
Yeah, and then he gave us Blubberella, and that was even worse.
I did not watch Blubberella.
Okay, we see, we're not here.
I don't like fat girls.
Look, if you look again, I don't know how old Uwe Boll is, but Look, if he issues out another challenge, you guys are going. I'm just saying. I don't have an issue with him, so I'm not going to be the representative for you guys. You guys are going. That's all I'm
What do you mean?
saying.
Don't include me in this.
You
Yeah, I'm
you guys will
saying.
you guys will be sacrificed at the boxing altar of Uwe Boll if he still throws out that challenge. I swear it.
No,
You
he's a
might-
much softer, kinder Uva now.
I'm just saying if he
His
ever does,
boxing days are behind him.
okay. I'm saying if he ever reprises that, you guys are going. I'm not going to be the representative.
Well, I'd be fighting myself because I already offered to be his champion if he wanted to go back to fighting critics. I said I'll go out there and box him for him.
But see, you're
So
not
I guess that's-
criticizing. You're not
that's
criticizing his
thing.
work. You're not criticizing his work. You know, we got Major Asshole over here who wants to get his ass kicked.
I'm not fighting Charles Whedon.
You might have to. The way things are going.
I'll just get him sneak drunk on mead and play silly tricks on him.
And then he'll really want to fight you then.
Just play some banging folk metal. He'll pass right out with his shirt off. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Might even catch you slipping one day with the ooze.
And none of this is sexual.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we'll say not. We'll say not.
Not at all. Even when he's laying there panting and sweating and shirtless after that thrashing metal.
Okay, well, that's a good way to end this show, I guess. Until next week.
I think it's all downhill from here.
The original and great Alone in the Dark. Okay, we're psychos. Where the premises, I believe, that are correct. That mental institution lets out some of the criminally insane super friends, and saying they take the town.
Criminally insane super friends.
It's like you said it right though, Super Friends, because I always say it's like the Avengers of slasher films. But
yeah,
before all the archetypes even really existed. Sorry, Damian, go on.
I was done.
Huh?
Well, fuck you, TEE-HEE.
Oh, apparently not. I wasn't done.
So, like I said, so definitely, I've always wanted to sit down and really review it. It's one of the things I probably watch on like 101 scariest movie moments, or either the 100 movies you need to see. Is like I think it made either one or both of those lists as having some of the top moments. But I think it was probably the one, probably more than likely, probably the 100, the 100 movies you need to see.
Look, I'd have to debate it more, but I'll give you 20 for now and feel safe. Top 20 Alone in the Dark of must-see horror films. 25. I feel safe with 25. Top 25.
Okay. I like that. You say it's in the top 25 for sure.
For sure, but I would argue even top 10, but I'm not shut the fuck up. I'm busy. I'm not willing to go there right now because you're ending. I would have to take a long debate to see what's in there. Top 10, but 25 comfortable fact.
Okay. I like that. Top 25 is good. I hear, like I said, it definitely made somebody's list. It's definitely one of the movies you need to see, that you definitely should see, that you probably haven't, that you should see for sure. So
I watched it for the first time sometime in the last couple of years. Very glad I did.
But I definitely think very quickly. I don't know. Hopefully it stays. It has the staying power. But Late Night with the Devil. I don't know. You think it could be a movie that people need to see?
No.
Yeah, need to see, no. But it's still I'd recommend it for sure.
It's It's a wonderful film. I don't want to say amazing. It's a wonderful film. I don't even think it cracks the top 100 must see.
Wow. Okay. Fair. I mean, all right. Hey. For the many demon possession movies that I've seen, I definitely have to give it a lot of points for its originality, I would say.
If we're going by that category, like exorcism or possession movies, I would put it a lot higher. There's the top 100, just horror in general, like must see.
Okay, that's fair.
Not
That's
sure.
fair. That's fair. But like I said, the originality on that, which is
It
quite.
was it original though. It was an amalgamation of found footage, mockumentary,
What
this
I mean is,
bizarre. Go ahead, because I
I mean,
lost my word. I don't know what I was saying anyway.
but what I mean is, it's like this whole thing of like I was saying before when we reviewed it before, like the fact that it's sort of like three different stories, sort of like meshed in this movie where you got on one end you got a talk show, you got a love talk show host that's been in a ratings war with Johnny Carson and trying to save his show. Then you got another aspect where you got this young girl who's been under the care of this woman who's familiar to this talk show host, that saying that's had this long term possession of this demon and whatnot. And then another third weird prong of it is this whole secret society that it was in the Grove that seems to be playing somehow, some way into this talk show host life. So you just have these three different aspects of a movie.
Well, because it
And
was
then
all the same. He essentially sold his wife soul to the devil in lieu of his own soul in order to reclaim his fame.
we already had this debate, but I mean that's gonna be for another time. I swear, because we already did this. We already
I
did.
was I was told I was stupid when I brought that up. So,
Yeah,
so am I right now?
it was not stupid, but it was just kind of like I just don't. I just don't feel that. I just don't feel
I
that
think
because he
that's
didn't.
what the consensus
I
is now. I
swear it
think
was
I'm.
pretty much explicitly stated in like the last. I want to say like in the last sort of portion of the movie. I'm gonna have to go back. I need to know.
Probably we might have to go back there, but I'm just saying like the talk show aspect of it, her coming on the talk show, and then it seemed like the possession. It wasn't always just like it takes over, like she's regular her, and then it takes over and causes havoc. It's like it was sort of like melding with her and like sort of like being regular at certain points where it seemed like you never knew until right at the very end where things really started to kick up, where you were dealing with the regular girl or dealing with the demon, what I'm saying, basically under, what I'm saying, basically controlling her body and whatnot. So it's just like a lot of original as far as the way the interaction went and everything. Like, because usually the possession is just very terrible, very painful on the girl and everything like that, and so on and so forth. And it's just, like I said, just absolute torture. But it just seemed like more, it was like it was calming down and seemingly reveling in the attention that it was getting on this talk show, on this variety show or whatever. So just kind of seemed like it was just like a different feel. It just felt like it was a different feel to it than what you might normally see in a demon possession movie.
I give it give it a lot of points for creativity for sure.
Hmm.
Like I said, even like I said, that whole thing of just playing into the whole skeptic and somebody who used to act like he was a medium and all that, what I'm saying, having this whole thing happen with the guy who believed and it seemed like he actually was a medium and everything like that. And it's just, a lot of the whole shit and things that they were playing into, which is, what was real, what wasn't, because we debated that. Was that something that particular that demon was making him see? We were debating this whole thing when so we went over, late night with the devil. We were debating, was this a whole like a weird perverted vision that the demon was making him see and things like that. I just, or was it the girl that was sort of trying to project that image so that so that he would kill her and stop this whole thing? Yeah, we debated the whole thing on that, seriously. But don't want to hold things up. I mean, like I said, I enjoy kind of glazing over that a little bit, we can definitely continue it as part of the small talk before we get into the Alone in the Dark and third installment of Slasher, but next week, so and what have you. So
Yeah.
So now that it's the end of the show and you guys, this is what you guys usually press? Or which one is this one?
we usually go back to the theme song.
Oh, I found it.
He might get one more little joke like with Attack on Titan, and then we go into the last to our closing theme, which is still the opening theme.
So not that thing. All right. So you guys wait, so the clip is played and then there's more talking and then a thing is played?
Nope.
Okay. So then you just say to play the clip when you are ready to say, you got to say, tell them, Damian, Dave.
It's usually me that says goodbye. So,
goodbye, assholes.
No. I say like, hey everybody, thanks for stopping by for this week's rendition of TEE TV. We will see you next week where we will discuss the original Alone in the Dark and the third installment of Slasher called Solstice. And thanks for stopping by. We will see you next week. Bye-bye, everyone.
That's excellent. All right. So when you're ready to do that, you just let me know. You do that, and then I'll play the video.
I just fucking
did it.